We'll go for a little bit, and then we'll resume next week. So, what happened last time? Y'all met Oliver and he talked a lot. But no. No, but in all seriousness, Bayor got hired for a case. It was a brutal and messy killing of two individuals that had connections to both Bianca at the Velvet Room and Salvatore, the lead of the crime family. Realizing that he was in a tough spot and in a potentially dangerous situation, he went to get his trusty bodyguard and friend, Oliver. They then decided to follow a lead to see if they can figure out more about Salvatore's angle by going to meet Russell. For the first time, Russell and Oliver meet and have a fun little encounter where they were in a standoff that finally dissolved and ended up being kosher and somewhat wholesome. And then Russell creepily watched them in the streets. After that, they went to the Velvet Room to figure out Bianca's angle, and that's where Bayor spoke to Miss Adrian, and Adrian was gathering information on possible leads at that time. During their conversation, they realized Oliver had wandered off, and they found Oliver at the bar being fawned over by several attractive women, just pumping him for information, and were being very successful. Adrian shares what she has found out, and y'all figure out that up northern there is a possible lead. Bianca gives you the subtle nod to go follow it. Y'all go follow it, and y'all run into Rooney, who is just about to be attacked by a summoned demon. I just realized I didn't select the music. That's why it's so weird sounding. But y'all defeat the demon. Y'all go to his house and meet his brother, who is wild-made sorcerer that y'all almost tricked me into blowing everybody up. It was very close. I felt it in my bones. Where y'all learn about the magic that was being cast was actually summoning a demon. The spell, summon demon. Y'all there discuss y'all's next move, which leads y'all to the church where y'all meet Father Forthill. And he speaks to you guys for a little bit, suggests that this is not something that, while this is something that a paladin usually tries to solve, for some reason one's not around at the moment. Y'all then go investigate the tower where you find Madame Iona has been performing rituals, and through soul gazing her, Bayor finds out that her motive is that the crime family had killed her children. Russell knew that she had been, I don't know if necessarily he knew that she'd been kidnapping him, but he knew that people would go work for her and then disappear, and they were children. And it turns out most of the time they were children, sometimes they were adults. Y'all realize the adults were being killed to summon the demon ritual summoning, and the children, she was just trying to replace her kid, and it just wasn't working out. Y'all get there, y'all fought the evildoer, and that is where we're at.
And all of that understanding was like just in his head, right?
I don't know how much y'all like. What now? The motive, unless Bayor spoke about it, did not go anywhere. I thought you had said you spoke about it to at least Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Russell or was it everybody?
If there was information, I would share it with folks if I thought it wouldn't get them into trouble. Mm-hmm. Right? So if it was after the fact, it wouldn't matter to me because the danger's over with, right? So, I mean, if they asked, I would tell them. If they didn't care, then there's no reason for me to say
well,
it.
they wouldn't know to ask because that, like I said, came from a...
Right. So it would be something where after the fact, I'm assuming someone would say, that was strange, why in the world would that even happen? And then Bayor would tell them.
Right. Did you share your knowledge about her past? The lady that was doing the ritual that was taking kids?
Nissing?
Do what?
Nissing?
Yes.
Like beyond... Oh, yeah, he would have shared that like he knew people were just disappearing.
Right, I was because he was asking who all knew the motive and why.
I was just trying to make sure if Oliver knew or not.
Yes. So, did you share that information with the team?
He would not have shared it with Oliver because at this point he has realized sharing things with Oliver means everybody will know. He likely would have discussed it at some point with Bayor, but beyond that,
Okay.
Adrian's just a fellow fighter who was part of the group, but their meeting was very like, at least picking up
We'll
every-
go with Oliver
That
does
shit's
not
so
know the
fun.
deeper
He
details.
didn't think it-
We just stopped something spooky.
Okay. All right. All right. Anybody want to start? What they're doing on downtown? I already started. I said before.
So Bayor is going to be. He can either be assisting, so if someone needs like help with their case, he can be doing that. He is also kind of fielding for good office space, small, but in an okay location, and maybe even going through like people who may have been rejected from the force, like from. Or like people from the Majors College who may have got rejected, or people who are like they just couldn't make it, or maybe they don't have the time, or maybe they just are not necessarily too young for it, but because we don't want to start a kid theme here, but possibly looking for like an assistant, like executive assistant kind of person who might be able to help them with like keep the cases together and stuff like that.
We did get 44 gold, right?
Yep. And you're gonna you're gonna either make or lose money over the based off your expenses and stuff. So.
And if anyone is ready to gamble in this game, I'm all about it. Because I was trying to ask Isaac, what's the best way just to make more money? Because Bayor would very much work and just work and work and work. That's he's a work person.
Money.
Pretty much, because
Russell is work and skill.
so the thing is, Bayor will not just blatantly steal something, but he wants to make sure he can pay for himself, and then if he does have an office/assistant, then he's going to need to be able to make funds for that. So, and also the little assistant
Get an
person
intern.
can be no, I mean he's going to pay them because they're going to have a skill. And a skilled person is like 1 goal per day, but they don't just have to help him with that. They can also do like legal documents and stuff, like not necessarily forgeries, but they can actually be like a notary.
You got a boy for that.
No, I know that's what I'm saying. So like he doesn't want to do anything nefarious at his work.
I'm publicity.
Publicity. He knows that too. No, he knows everyone has their role to play in this, so. It'd be something where, too, also, Bayor would probably get with Adrian to see if he knew of somebody who needed a job like that. That was, like, consistent pay, not crazy, but it could also be something, too, where they might be able to gain information by working there.
Okay. Oh, so you're asking if he needs a job?
No. Unless he wants that job. I'm saying, does Adrian... Bayor would approach Adrian and say, hey, do you know of any people who might want a steady income, and then if they want, they can gather info, on the side. Rooney? Well, see, that's the problem. I can't ask Rooney. I would love to ask Rooney. Hey, Rooney, what do you think?
He just comes back and he's hired. Hey,
The
you're a
stat-
side character now. You're just working on an office space.
Now make another character. You've been promoted.
Welcome
to
to
ABC.
BDI Dandy.
You thought you escaped. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I went over my speech about interesting and funny.
Qualifying statements.
Okay,
He knows
so
exactly what I'm talking about.
a skilled hireling is 2 gold per day, and untrained is 2 silver.
God.
So, do you want them to have a skill, like an actual skill on here?
Right, so that's a... What's up, Ryan?
How much gold do they have on them?
Nope.
Please don't do the Reuben thing to see, look, we're just going to cycle through higher lanes and be like, yeah, I went to go work for Bayor, or like somebody went to go work for him and they never returned, so we have just a constant income.
That's one
Well,
of
no,
those
you're the
illegal.
new Nissan Yeoman.
Oh my
That's one of
goodness.
those illegal interview questions. You can't ask that.
How much gold is on a person?
How much money do you have on you right now? I would love for them to have a skill, but if it's going to be that much, I mean, Bayor's going to know if the return on invest, like if the juice is worth the squeeze. So if they have a skill, he's going to get a person who has one where they can actually like pay for themselves a little bit.
Well, now here's the thing: they don't have to have just one skill, right? I mean,
Right,
this
right.
is going to be somebody that, if it's a secretary, it's probably going to have history,
Right.
insight.
Yeah, investigation, stuff like that.
It might be
No.
too early to afford that.
Right.
As for the, oh my god, where'd my mouse go? Where the?
Yeah, and that's the thing.
I
If it's too
literally-
expensive and he realizes that because he does have his own set of books, he's not gonna go for it. So
Is this something he would have discussed with Russell?
it'd be something he's just toying with in his head. Like it'd be like, since it's so early in it, he'd be like, because he's doing the consultant thing, and he's like, wait a minute, there's some players in town now, like set up a kind of a not necessarily a base of operations, but if he can become established like that, he knows we can give him more jobs as well.
So I had a.
I was just asking because it could affect, because I'm not proficient with forgery tools,
Understood.
but I have advantage on making forgeries as a Kenku.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I think it was for the upkeep of a shop, which is what we'll do for like yours. It's
Yeah.
2 gold
Like per day.
per day.
Gotcha. Okay. I was gonna say I don't have enough to make like that in a month based on what I have, unless I know what the funds are. But it's not gonna take a whole lot of chances. So
Okay.
if he gets something where he can I can run a shop for 2 months and then just pay for it outright and then let it go and see what it does, he might try that. But
Yeah, but I mean, I'll look further into it. For
That's
now,
fine.
we'll say if you want to rent it, it will be like 2 to 3 gold.
yeah,
If you want to own it, there's obviously there's upkeep, there's taxes you gotta
Of
pay,
course, of
there's
course.
shit like that you gotta pay.
Yeah.
If you actually buy it outright, we may just lower it down to 5 silver a day or something.
I
where
gotcha.
it's
Yeah,
more
you're
sim-
good. So, but yeah, that's what he's doing. And then, did you want to give everybody inspiration?
Oh yeah.
Last session.
So y'all was a great session. Y'all played your characters well. Everybody has one of the 3 points you can have for inspiration. So. Alright. Anything else, good sir?
I mean, unless they need assistance with something, that's what
Are
he's
you
doing.
working any cases or anything outside of that?
I was
Trying
gonna
to get
say,
some extra money?
I
or-
mean, he's always trying to work cases. Like,
Okay.
if they are available, he's trying them. So
All right then. Roll me an investigation check.
First roll of the session.
18.
18. So that was successful. Let me go and look at my thing that I wrote down.
You found a beholder.
Perfect. I need one of his eyes for a lamp of mine that I want.
It's not perfect. You'd be dead.
Well, I didn't say I interacted with it. I just found it and then left. But now I know.
Yeah,
You
left
looked at its
this
eye and
mortal
said,
coil.
"Give me that."
So for the first month, you made 34 gold. Your expenses for the month is 30, so you made a net 40. Net 4. Because my math
I'm
sucks.
like, what the fuck?
Roll again.
That's some fucking U.S. government math right there.
Then it's going to be a 16.
33.
So I'll make 3. Perfect. I'm netting a lot here. Yep, I mean, he'll
And
keep
2 more
working
rolls
his-
for each month you work.
Sure.
And are you going to help them investigate anything?
100%. And if that takes the place of these, I can stop.
No, but I'll just need to know.
Sure. Cool. The 4th month fails, and this 3rd month is a 26.
37 gold. And for the month you failed. Give me 1 second.
You have to pay 38 gold.
Well, that month you do only make like 22 gold.
Got it.
So you're going to lose 8 for that month. With that said, there's a setback.
You know
that
what's
you're-
awesome is I was right. So they had to pay 38.
So in 4 months, I made a profit of 6 gold.
$600 you've saved.
Yeah. You say hundreds of dollars
Hey, man.
like it matters.
Live in squalor.
I'm over here rolling in my platinum.
I say that. I'm like, and they do go. Like, we'll see what happens.
I'm the only one with a car.
Oh, that's right. And I have the 44 like stashed, right? So Cool. All right.
Okay, roll me a d8.
A1.
Okay.
Instant death. Perfect.
Nope. You accidentally insulted a guildmaster, and only a public apology will let you continue to do business in the city.
Hey, I would love to open up a shop. You're dumb.
I'm gonna open up my what I can repeat stuff. So I can write it down.
Nope.
Bayor human voice.
Yeah, he would give an apology. That's not. That's definitely not above him.
State your
do-
apology.
Nope.
If you want to roll a
No,
persuasion
that
for me.
didn't happen.
So
Well,
in
no,
Bayor
no.
human voice. Nope.
No. So let me
But
ask.
apologetic. Nope.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh no.
You said a persuasion.
Mhm.
That's a 16.
Okay.
Now,
It was successful.
but let me ask you this question: what was the thing that I said wrong? Like, how did I insult them? Because I have no qualms giving an apology, so then Russell can have it in his repertoire
Oh.
of sayings.
Oh shit! I don't know.
Then it didn't happen.
You mistook.
You were
the
doing.
guard for the important person. I don't know.
You misgendered somebody.
Let's say this: you were doing a case for the guildmaster, and you misread the actual culprit of it, and you said it was one of his family members when it ended up not being it.
Oh shit! He's
With the
read
net
it.
one. Huh?
Sorry, they just accused the wrong person of being the Boston bomber, and the person was found dead because they killed themselves.
Luckily, I didn't get that far.
I was gonna
Not
say.
because they got accused; they had already killed themselves. But yeah,
It's not.
Bayor would say, despite my best efforts in trying to bring the wrong person to justice, I feel it is of the utmost importance that I right wrongs, make amends, and duly note that impulse should never overcome integrity, thoughtfulness, and logic. I sincerely apologize to you and your family for the transgressions that have transpired today, and I hope to be a better service in the near future.
All right. So 2 things. And take an inspiration for actually doing an apology, and your DC is up to 10 now. So
Got it, okay.
it will be easier for you to succeed, and the more you succeed over it, the better chance you get more gold.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
and duly note that impulse should never overcome integrity.
Nope. Sorry, that's stream of consciousness.
No.
You're never getting that ever again.
Integrity. I'm a little booty bitch. I like to take it in my little booty bitch.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I can go next.
All right.
So for the first month, Adrian would still be working at the bar, the Velvet Room, and she would be
Sorry.
working to kind of take Bianca's place as like the number one.
Bianca is in charge of everything.
Oh no! Okay, no,
Yeah,
the
the
number
lieutenant.
two, the
Yeah,
lieutenant,
okay.
pretty much.
Ah.
So she's like, hey, you know, like kind of avenge her passing and proving my worth around here. So she would spend the first month trying to kind of take that spot, that number 2 spot. Second month.
And you can do multiple things in the same.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm
Fair.
saying? Like you could still be working and doing that, right?
That's fair.
So-
She would also be kind of branching out, like getting a little bit more bold in her night thievery. Like at some point, she would probably either, I don't want to say like the president, but
She assassinates
the president. No, like
His life. That is.
maybe
Exactly later.
like a mid-level, like a clergyman or somebody who is fairly wealthy but not like upper tier wealthy.
Self-proclaimed family.
What was that? She would
you know, you better not.
she would have been an entertainer at like a party and tried her hand at stealing from said party, and then
The grabby hands.
What else? I guess mostly spending her time trying to get to be that number 2 spot while kind of building like a case to steal from like a mid-level citizen in terms of like how wealthy they are, either the mayor or like a clergyman or like a wealthy merchant.
Okay.
Kind of showing up as a happy birthday, Mr. President, and then stealing after she's like done her piece.
Okay.
I pop out of the cake.
All right. So
Sells herself into a couch.
first, are you only working at the place for 1 month, or you continue to work at?
We'll continue to work.
Okay.
I just
Casing
didn't know
the
if it had to be like a timeline kind of thing where she like spends 1 month doing this, but no, she would continue to work at Bianca's, working her way to fill that number 2 spot.
All right. So do you put any resources outside of time into trying to gather information?
Spin that copper.
Maybe like a gold here or there to like get new outfits or something like that, but not a whole lot.
So, what you'll know is to get into the party, you're going to need to make some sort of charisma check, whether it's a performance or deception of at least a 12. Okay? And you're going to know these before you roll it, so you'll tell if you want to actually do it by the time you get there. You know that since this is a middle class person, the guards themselves are probably going to be around level 3 or level 4. So if you get caught, keep that in mind.
Sure.
Damn, I can't go.
Or are you trying to like pickpocket people there, or are you trying to like break into something to steal it?
Like break in something to
Okay.
steal it. So like
So you'll know that the DC
Mhm.
is going to be 14 for the safe.
Fancy Russian eggs.
Okay.
Yep.
You don't
Fabergé.
know because you haven't spent enough time gathering it. Well, not time, but resources gathering information. If there's any type of magical protection in the thing,
Mhm.
and that's going to play out as a percent chance.
Just
Okay.
been like
Okay,
those.
we'll do high low.
sure.
So
And she of course would be wearing gloves because of course like if she touches it with her skin then potentially it sets it off. So she would be wearing gloves as she does it.
your gloves,
One
like
square,
we talked
one
about.
square.
So basically, the way that's going to work is you're going to roll a d20.
Mhm.
On a natural 1,
Mhm.
the spell, whatever spell that's being absorbed in magic,
Mhm.
will
That's so
go
good.
off in some way.
Okay.
So you're still going to drain it,
Mhm.
but you're going to, instead of it going into the gloves, it's just going to go out.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So consider that. Outside of that, it's just going to be based on how many charges it has. So if you roll an 18 to a 20, you'll completely drain it.
Mhm.
And then if it has like 5 charges, we'll divide the d20 by 5, and it's like every 4 is going to be.
That would be if she touches it with like her bare hands, not necessarily the gloves.
Oh, I
That's why
thought
she
you
wears
wanted
gloves.
gloves. Oh, okay.
No. She wears gloves, so because if she touches a magical item, there's a potential that she either drains it or it.
Okay. So
Okay, Rogue.
keep that
Pretty much.
kind of in mind on how that works if you want to use that. So, do you want to go through with it?
Yeah.
All right. Which month do you want to go through with it?
We'll
Just
do
if you
month.
get arrested.
We'll do month 3, so
Okay.
we can prepare as much
What's
as possible.
the month's name?
Let's
Popeyes.
say if it's month 3, August. All right. So, go ahead and so you are going. How are you getting money at Bianca's? Are you trying to sell information, or are you just dancing, or?
Both. So she would be dancing and information as
Okay.
well.
So roll me a performance check for the dancing.
20 plus 24, 27.
Okay. And roll me a investigation for the gathering.
14.
14. All right. So, what is your lifestyle?
She'd probably live in like
Poor 1 silver a day, or squalor 1 silver a day, poor 2 silver a day, modest 1 gold a day,
And then I think it goes.
comfortable 2 gold, wealthy 4 gold, aristocratic 10 gold minimum.
modest, probably.
Okay. That's where post everybody's at. So go for it. So that means with your roles.
We should get an apartment together.
Alright. So this is what we'll do. Bianca, for her number 2, is looking for someone good at gathering information. That's her main thing trait. So we're gonna do your gathering information. The number of successes will be how well that helps you out with that.
Sure.
Just so you know, your standing is good. However, you are relatively new to town, and she has a bunch of people that have worked for and been loyal to her for a while. So you're on an even playing field based off the fact that you figured it out, stopped the war, and all that wonderful jazz. So you're the new guy that some people are jealous of. So we'll count that as a success, and then for your actual performance with a 27, you gain 37 gold. Your expenses are 30, so you'll net 7. Month 2. Roll for me.
So performance first.
26.
Okay, so same thing.
And then investigation. 21.
Okay. So you'll gain the same amount of gold, 7. You're doing this in the 3rd month?
Yep.
Okay, so if you will roll me, how are you flavoring getting into the place? Are you gonna
Vanilla.
they're having a party? Are you gonna dress up as the health? Are you going to sneak in? Are you going to?
No, she would
Act as a guest?
she would probably wear like she would probably find like a good looking outfit, and it would be like she would be the center. She'd be like the centerpiece for the entertainment. She would do her piece for entertainment, and then when everybody's like at a point where they're like, "Cool, we're gonna like eat and be merry," that's when she would duck away.
Okay. So you're using your connection to the Velvet Room. Roll your first performance check with advantage. Remember your DC is a 12. That's what you're trying to beat.
We beat that. So 16 and 18. So that would be the performance.
Okay. Now you are going to need to make some sort of deception or stealth check to get away from the watchfire of the guards to get to the back of the subset.
We'll use stealth
Okay.
because I have. Okay, I have that advantage in that, or the proficiency in that. 13.
They rolled an 8 plus 3, so that's 11. So you beat it.
Yeah.
And now you're at the safe. You do have thieves' tools and stuff, right? Okay. That was an option. Go for it. Like I said, DC's 14.
And that would be sleight of hand, or would that be stealth?
Yes, that will be proficiency plus dexterity. Are you proficient in thieves' tools? Okay.
A 22.
22. Okay. All right. One final roll. This is going to determine how much you get out of it. Okay. So just roll me a d20 and
Don't tell him the result.
How am I supposed to know?
yeah, just roll me a straight d20.
God damn it.
Thing.
So what
An
you
11.
need is some quality.
An 11.
hard
So
wood.
you get away with an item worth 50 gold.
Nice.
Cool beans. And what do you do for your fourth month?
Fourth month, she would probably gather information on her next mark. Like, she'll lay low, because I'm sure the person's like, what? My boat got stolen and from, and yada yada. She'd probably help Bayor, like, look for the person. To throw people off of her trail.
Can I counteract that with trying to find her if she's helping and I know they're being nefarious?
You want to say that again?
Okay. If Adrian is coming to Bayor saying, help, we need to find this person.
Oh, she wouldn't come to you. If they hired you and you were like, man, who would steal from this?
Wait, so which month is this?
This is August, month 3.
I got a 26 on that one. Is that the same one? Because I'm going to know it's you.
That's funny.
We'll have, since this is 2 players, that's going to have to be contested.
Sure.
Let's roll a
Rollies.
high low.
Hi.
We'll let him.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll always let someone else call it. That's all good. Because it just makes it that much more tasty when I clear.
You said high?
Hmm?
It is a 20.
Okay.
So
That's how Adrian looks when I come to the conclusion. Huh, you figured it out
So
yet?
stealth, deception. Well, if he's been hired, so you are going to go to him to help him. So let's do it. You're gonna have to lie to him, and you'll have to do it inside.
What's the lie?
I didn't see it.
Pretty much.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. I can tell who it was. Wasn't me.
Be like chatting. Inside chat. Okay.
You and so she'd be like, you and I were on the same team at one point. I figured I would lend a helping hand.
How gracious of you.
It's the least I can do. So she would do a deception.
I
She
rolled
may
a
try- she
26
may try to
initially,
pin
but
it.
That was investigation, so.
She actually may try to pin it on somebody else who's trying to be the
I'll
number
tell you
2.
what. You rolled the last 2 months together, and one was in that one. If you're successful, you pinned it on the person. That
Oh,
you had to
the
make a
person that
public-
screwed up? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
If you're not, then he's gonna know, and it's just gonna. That's he did well that month, and it didn't matter. So.
I'm gonna say,
So we're
oh,
gonna
okay.
do
So I'm doing an
deception.
insight?
Mhm.
A 20. What's 18 plus? 22.
I'm gonna give it 15.
That may be my next one. We'll purchase
6.
is like the roof wall tray. So when we battle,
Like a
just
box of
smack
dudes.
it
What
on
is
the
your
table.
total?
13.
13.
The metal dice do not like me when I'm a player
All right.
at all.
So, you successfully get him off your case. It's still a successful one for you, though, right?
Right, right.
So, like,
Actually,
well,
it was,
no,
it
yeah,
was-
that's right. She did trick you. So you think it's the merchant. You
Right.
think it's him. One of his family members stole from him.
is this
and-
the second time she's bamboozled me?
Yeah.
Adrian's just
You
over
got
here
a soft
framing
spot for
motherfuckers.
You got a soft spot.
Put him away.
You're taking advantage of it.
They're gonna do anything. They're gonna hang me.
They are like, that's the one.
Adrian, that motherfucking.
What are you doing?
I
Fucking horns drop from his head.
All right, you two.
Here's what I found.
Hey, shut up.
How did actually find nothing?
I'll go after you.
So we're at
It's already factored in 12 gold expenses for the whole 4 months. your boy lives in squalor.
Goddamn bird nest.
Like, it cuts to him, he's going,
Well, he's hanging out in Wilkir's only slightly better than his apartment, which Wilkir just paid for up front for, I figure, a year.
Yeah, what's that? So do you still have the slums, or because we mentioned that in the first?
I mean, at this
Well,
point,
no,
he
that's
would've-
what your expenses paid for is the slums.
Yeah.
And then you just have the freebie of living, and you have basically.
Yeah, he's just hanging out in Wilkers because he wants to. He's trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
So you do have the slums that you can do as a fallback if you need to.
So yeah, factored that 12 gold in, and then went ahead and he would have immediately gotten thieves' tools with the loot from that job
Mhm.
because he did not like having to bust a window in, and they're immediately like somebody's coming in. So he's like, I can never let this happen again. So he would have gotten thieves' tools immediately. First thing would have been talking to Bayor. First month would be talking to Bayor to try to get some kind of lead, which he would then try to follow himself initially. He would just try to get some kind of lead onto what's going on with Wilkir, where'd he go, why has he disappeared, because it's literally just been every day for 13 years he's working with this person, and then suddenly just no contact.
So for that, I'll need you to make an investigation.
Sure.
How much of your past do you tell him?
I mean, as much as he knows, he would just.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to anything you were saying.
Pretty cool though.
Okay, so that's fine. Go ahead.
What
And
did
roll.
you say?
You know everything that Russell knows, more
Got
or
it,
less,
got
because it's something where this is so abnormal. He's like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Sure.
To.
No, that makes sense. 26.
26.
We finding some people. You just see Bayor's
Oh shit.
There's pictures of fucking Adriel on the wall.
if you get me a second time, a third time, Bayor's cutting this.
Someone's gonna throw a shoe at him.
Okay. So you've heard this through your investigations.
Mhm.
You didn't see it.
Okay.
Okay. Salvatore and Wilkir, or at least at the very least, you don't know if it's directly Salvatore, but one of his top lieutenants who sadly is now dead, had an argument about Wilkir going on a job. He expressed his anger at being forced into it. It was dangerous. He wouldn't want to do it, but he's doing it for a reason. So you know someone in Salvatore's organization.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
It's
Let me think. Let me think about that.
You're
real
good.
quick. Not Salvatore's organization.
Sure.
So you know that there's a seedy individual that hired him. He wasn't happy about taking the job. He felt like he was forced to take it. And that took place. Let me pull up the map.
Will is the one that's unhappy with the
Yeah.
job.
This is just general, general insight from the conversation. Actually, let me roll insight for the person that told you that shit. Hi, general insight from the conversation was that Wilkir thought the job was dangerous, didn't have enough profit for it. He didn't want to do it, but it sounded like they couldn't hear the other individual's voice. Wilkir was just pissed, talking loud because he was mad, and they just gathered he's being forced somehow to do it. Whether he was being threatened, blackmailed, whatever the case, he had enough coercion on him to make him do it. And that is what he went off to do. Oh, I was looking for... And this was in the Three Flags Sailing Tavern. Okay. Anything else?
So he would, presumably he'd be told all of that information.
100%. Well, actually, it'd be something where if Bayor was going to go and look for that, we would do the Overwatch method, right? Where you would be within earshot, most likely, and then be like, cool, just watch my 6, and then I'm going to go hard on this. Free of charge, so. Excuse me. And then anything he would come back with would effectively be like, you know, excuse me, like, does that make any sense to you whatsoever?
So initially, no, because Will Kieran a good person, and Russell knows he's got his fucking secrets even from Russell. He would thank and likely still probably pay a couple gold to Bayor for it, and then go off on his own attempting to get work. Is the Three Flags Sailing Tavern?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Wilkir Russell type establishment?
Yeah, it's in the lowest city. It's right off one of the docks. You'll probably get some of the harder docks where the guard's presence is a little lower, and you can get away with smuggling and stuff there. So that type of people that frequent that area go there.
He would try to start working for anybody that he could manage to get work with around the Three Flags Sailing Tavern. Very, very subtly, and more or less just kind of trying to see if he caught anything that made him think these people might know Wilkir, like idle gossip or anything like that. And he will be starting very slow with it, likely low-risk jobs where it's unlikely for him to get hurt or die, considering his last venture was potential death pretty extreme, and slowly ramping up depending on how it goes and what kind of information you can gather.
I'm going to tell you which neighborhood it is. Alright, that's pretty straightforward. Let's go with it's on Riverside. And so
Brampton here, and then Wilkir's place is like up here, wasn't it? Somewhere.
no, his was so
Alright, his
yours
was
is
like-
here, and then his was up
Yeah,
here
okay.
by the west gate. Quick exit.
Yep.
So down here is River Tower. So we'll say Riverside is gonna be like more around this area. So the River Tower is actually River Tower is down here. Riverside's more like right here. It's still pretty far away. It's named for being next to River Tower. Which one of these is an actual tower that's higher up?
Word.
That people call it. All right. Anything else for the remaining months? So you work. How do you work? What do you do? Like, what kind of offering are you trying to do?
Everything short of truly felonious. So like no
Yeah,
murder, no
felonious.
kidnapping, nothing that somebody would be like, oh, what a heinous individual.
Yeah.
Because he is so used to being the right hand for somebody doing that and not actually being the one like, yeah, I'm in charge here, like, let's fucking go. So he, thievery, burglary,
Okay.
escorting, providing overwatch, where he's not like the direct combatant. He's just sitting there chucking arrows whenever he can and then dipping when shit gets too hot.
Right. So let's do this. You remember what your perk is, right? Your bonus. Okay. So in this area, because it's smuggling is a thing, your targets will be between a DC 12 and 16. You tell me which type of targets, like which DC you want to go for. Obviously, the lower the DC, the less reward. Okay, so what type of target you want to hit? A 12, 13, 14, 15, 16?
Probably start around 13.
13. Okay. So this is going to be basically a courier. This is someone that's been hired by smugglers who doesn't have a whole lot of whatchamacallit, history to actually move the goods, so they're not suspected. Okay. Someone's hired you to steal from that person. So if you want to make a sleight of hand check.
Sweet. Utilizing Kinku Recall, I'm going to make it an advantage because I am proficient.
That's really cool.
That would be a dirty 20.
So you are successful. Do you return what you stole, or do you keep it? Not return to the person, but do you take it to the person who hired you?
No, he would take it with the person who hired.
Okay. So the person that hired you will pay you, and you said your expenses is what, 1 silver a day?
Yeah.
So you're gonna get 2 silver, 7 copper paid. Right?
Alright.
You want to keep doing that for the months?
He would not have mentioned anything about the forgery stuff.
You mean needing a forger?
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't need that yet. It would be something where if it was established and someone then comes into his office to need that, he very possibly would be like, hey, do you know any forgers?
And then he'd ramp it up to a 15 because he'd get real confident.
Okay, go for it.
Once again, advantage is a sleight of hand still.
Mhm.
Because there's a long rest.
Yeah, this is actually, you're going to go and actually try to steal stuff from some crates that are waiting to go into the dock. So,
That would be a 22.
22. Alright, so you will return it to the
Yep.
person that hired you?
No,
Okay.
he's
And tell me if you're working for the person or if you're just stealing stuff for your own profit when you make these rolls. So what we'll do for this one, you will make 5 silver. You're gonna net after your expenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then both he and I are getting confident. So we'll bump it up to a 16. And at this point, he would try to find a mark himself to where he can just clip all of it and not have to worry about giving anything up to anybody. And
Do you want to stay in this neighborhood? Because if you want to go to different neighborhoods, you can actually up the DC. I'll just tell you which neighborhood you're trying to hit.
Has he been getting any kind of chatter of a Wilkir or Wilkir type?
No, it's going to take a while before
Yeah.
you're established enough for people to trust.
We'll go tier up.
Okay. What DCs are we looking at?
You like a tier up as far as the neighborhoods go? I don't know.
Okay.
You tell me what DCs.
Well, no, I mean, you tell me you're like an 18 DC. I'll tell you that, okay, that would
he
be
wouldn't be going
something
for
like...
anything like 20. Yeah, we'll say 18.
Okay, so that's going to be more in the middle class. With that, it's going to be more around here. If you get caught, if you successfully make an initiative check, you can use one of your knowledges of the back alleys we talked about to get away, but you won't net anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
you have
sleight of
been
hand?
successful. Yes, sleight of hand. It's going to be a DC 18. You are going to nick somebody that has a stall that does very well for himself and is busy enough to be distracted. But the downside is there's a lot of people that could be watching. So
It'll be an 18.
beats it.
Nice.
So this one, you are going to walk away with 2 gold. Net.
Hey, I'm back where I was. Plus 7 silver, 7 copper.
All right. Anything else you want to do?
No, that was 4 months, and he would just be kind of.
Like I said, you don't have to do this one thing per month. You can do others. You're going to be limited on how much money you can make per month because that's taking time and stuff.
Yeah.
But with that said, you can do other things. Try to gain other information, spy on people,
Yeah.
whatever you.
Okay,
want.
then he would take a more active throughout the entire thing. Be more active and actually trying to look at people that he's used to. Wilkir kind of interacting with, like these sorts of types, and stand by and spy and listen. And if he catches anything, follow them for a bit.
Are you going to try to do that through charismatic means, talking to them, or are you going to try to do that by remaining hidden and
Remaining and just being a street urchin. Somebody that people don't pay attention to.
You're good. So the DC for this will be higher because a lot of people who have in private talks are going to be having them behind doors or in certain situations. But go ahead and roll for me. That'll be a stealth. Roll me a stealth and a perception, actually.
I don't want to abuse this, but Kinku Recall, I got 2 per long rest.
That's fine. This is. I'll think of rules on your downtime on how you can do that, but yeah, go ahead. That's fine for now.
Then, that's 2 so 16.
Okay, for the stealth?
Mhm.
Okay.
What was the other option?
Also perception to see what you get.
Oh, okay, so stealth 16. Perception, natural 20 for 26.
I'm going to say, because this is going to be farther in your story, you don't get close enough to. What's the problem is you don't even know who to get close to. So
He's grasping at straws.
yeah, so no, you don't find anything out about Wilkir. Sadly, yeah, that's not gonna net you anything right now. So I'll think on the off time of something you overheard that you can use later. But I can think of anything else out of my head. So.
Word. But you hear something about somebody called Look Here.
Take your fucking off time, you piece of shit.
Anything else?
Nah, because he's just honing the skills he's already got. So he ain't trying to learn anything new because he's just weaponizing what he's been weaponizing for his entire life.
Mm-hmm. Your turn.
Oliver has a job.
Okay.
It's part of the town's guard.
Okay.
That occupies most of his general time,
Okay.
which means he is effectively paid to live a comfortable lifestyle.
So 2 gold is your expenses?
That's what I read in the downtime activities. If you're part and practice your profession, and you're part of a guild, like a temple or thieves guild.
God, let me look at that because.
That's what I googled. If that's not the intent here, then that's fine.
It's somewhere because like modest is soldiers with families, laborers, students, priests, hedge wizards, stuff like that. Comfortable would be merchants, skilled tradespeople, and military officers. So
He makes a modest lifestyle.
okay, that would make more sense because
Okay.
yeah,
So
you could potentially get promoted over these 4 months to make it comfortable.
no, effectively what he would be doing is what's the lifestyle below modest?
Poor.
Okay, and how much is that a day?
That's 2 silver.
So he'd be in between the poor and modest. Effectively, he's going to take half of his wage, and he's going to commonly donate that to the church.
Okay.
So he's going to do his general job, get paid a gold, effectively per day.
Well, your expenses is how much you're spending. And so basically what you're going to earn, what I did is you're going to basically spend 30 gold a month living, and you're going to have a chance to make, based on how successful you are on these whatever roles you're going to do, anywhere from 22 gold to 37 gold. So you could net some gold. Does that make sense? Or is it? Well, the rules as written is these are your expenses. That's how much you're going to spend a day to live is 1 gold.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're doing comfortable, you would be spending 2 gold.
Okay, so he's going to be spending 5 silver a day.
On top of the gold to do what you're doing?
So you're saying I tell you how much I'm going to spend per day.
What's happening here is you are
He will
saying
spend a total of 1 gold a day.
that is modest,
Yeah.
right? We've chosen modest.
5 of it's for him. 5 of it goes to the church.
5 silver.
Yep.
A day to you. 5 silver a day to the church.
For a modest lifestyle.
Expenses don't go to you. That's what you're living. So that's what. So
Correct. His expenses is a gold a day. 5 of that he spends on himself. The other expense is a donation. The other 5 silver.
So he's saying he's still spending 30 gold.
I know, but the distinguishing here is that it's how you live is going to play on certain story elements in the future. Like you being poor gives you certain information. You being modest, if you become comfortable or wealthy, you're going to be in different social circles. And what you know what I'm saying. So if you're
Effectively,
giving 5 silver away, you're not really in the modest lifestyle.
So
right?
in that
But
case,
the thing is, he's endearing himself to the church.
Right.
effectively he's poor. Well, rule it as he's poor, and then let him spend whatever gold or silver he wants.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like you can
Yeah.
just level him there, right? And then if he wants to go 5 silver, well then he's spending beyond his means technically, but it's only costing him 2 to function. Just so you don't have to do the rules, like adjust them to be modest, because that's not what he's doing. He's technically being poor.
Okay, that's fine. We
Have
do
you
it
tried
that
just
way.
not being poor?
I mean, he could be modest and then just say he gives money to the church, if that makes it easier.
Right, no, that's
His expense per day is 1 gold.
The problem here is what you're saying is technically not true to the rules, which means it costs you 1 gold to function and live. You're paying gold or silver to the church would mean you're modest 0.5.
it's like you making what you make at the Alexander to maintain your house, but you're deciding to give half your money to the church.
Yeah, but that still costs the same regardless.
In
But
order
it doesn't because your house
But in order
costs.
to actually live modestly, where, I have a modest home, I have all this stuff, it costs 1 gold a day. None of that can go to anything but your living expenses to live
Right.
modestly.
Right.
If any of it goes to anything else, then you are not living modestly. You're living less than modestly and donating some to another thing.
Right.
Does that make
That's
sense?
why it would be level it as poor.
So it effectively it has to be a physical thing that your gold is being spent on, not a
Food, clothes, shelter, stuff like that.
Yeah, this is to maintain what you consider your basic needs alive. Your house is a modest house. Your clothes are modest clothes. Your
he,
food
he
are
lives in a
modest
barracks,
food.
so he has like
Yeah.
in that case he would live poorly. Yeah, he would be on the poor side.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have to spend anything on housing.
Correct.
All he's
Right.
doing is going out to buy food and drink, which is going to be
Which is fine. I just wanted to make sure that you kind of understood that. So when you interact with certain types of people, they'll see like threadbare clothes and things like not like the newest fashions or a modest fashion. And
yeah,
they'll
he's gonna
interact
have
as-
soldier garb. Yeah, so
that's it.
They always go that.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
And then Russell's like,
okay.
So what we'll do
What's up,
then
Dirk Crow?
is since you're gonna give, we'll do the 1 gold. Go ahead and roll me some general.
Because he's just doing his general job.
Right. Basically, what we're gonna do is to make sure you don't do anything like you don't fuck up, right? Or maybe if you do really well, it puts you in chances to get promotion, make more money type of situation. So we're gonna like kind of imagine like you screw up in a way that someone might dock your pay.
Yeah.
Or you might do it well enough that if you do this enough times, you might get that officer job or whatever. Does that make
Okay.
sense? Okay. So go ahead and roll me a. Let's say you get into an altercation with somebody. So make the first roll a charisma. Any type of charisma. You can lie your way out of it. You can be persuasive your way out of it. You can intimidate your way out of it. Yep.
That would be an 11.
Okay, you meet the DC. This is the DC for this. This is your job. It's 10, basic. Now let's do a foot chase. Someone stole something and you're chasing them down.
Okay.
So we'll do. You can either make this athletics or constitution.
We'll do athletics. I mean 18.
Okay, you catch him. Mark successes. Oh my god. Just put for a corner. Alright, let's do perception. You're watching something.
Yep.
You get to see if you catch it.
17.
Okay. And one final roll. Dealer's choice. What are you kind of envisioning you as a B cop catching, doing, or whatever the case may be?
I'd be running someone down.
Okay, so repeat the athletics and we'll go again.
Cat him twice in the back of the head.
14.
Cool. Okay. You're going to go ahead and you're going to make your, I was going to do, since yours is a steady job, unless your DC is better than theirs. Like, it was harder for you to fail, since yours is a steady job.
Mhm.
But you have a very stable income. So we're going to say you made 35 gold per month. And if you're donating half of that, because it's per day, so you'll net 2.5 gold for each month.
So it costs 30 gold per month, even if you're living poorly.
No, yeah, he would still make 5 gold each time. Because his living expenses are 5 silver.
No, my living expenses are 2 silver.
You
To maintain my poor
Sorry,
lifestyle.
you were saying you're
making
ahead.
a modest income, but you're living poorly because you're giving half of it away. Is how I gathered that.
So
That's
in that
why
case,
you're living poor, which is why you're giving it away.
so I'm spending a gold a day, and I'm making 35 gold a month out of what I rolled, right?
Yes.
Right.
So that would then
So you're getting 5 gold each month.
But you gave half of it away.
He already gave.
I already gave it away.
If his expenses
He has no money.
for living are 5 silver,
Trying to get people.
his expenses for the church are 5 silver a day. That is 30 gold
Per
a
month,
month.
plus
If
the
he's-
5
Plus the
net.
5, none of that is going towards the church or his living expenses.
It's going to my savings account.
It's this. He's effectively spending the equivalent of a modest living, but living poorly because half of that modest living.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Well, but if it doesn't need to be that way, and I only need to make 2 gold, that's fine. I got 53 already.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to keep it balanced with like how I had it like worked out.
Yep.
From a game mechanic standpoint.
Well, isn't the mechanic at that point also they get an added benefit of being part of like upper circles if that's their lifestyle?
Well, but he's like I said, he's modest and he's only making so much based off, and you're giving half of what you're making away. Does that make sense? So like, but no, we'll go with this. We'll do the 35 because he's got Will Kid's house, so and you've got the barracks. But we'll have to just keep that in mind. That's like where you live and stuff. So, anything else you want to do?
Yeah. So that was just during the day, the on patrol time. Not that first month will be spent when not on patrol. Probably spending time at the the ladies'
Paul, I think.
the ladies' hall.
Yes.
Just trying to help out Father Forthill.
Okay.
Hey, anything I can do to help?
How long have you been in town again?
Like 2-3 months.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you are a strapping young man. You are. So we'll say, you know, like most volunteer work, he is going to do a lot of the basic stuff. At first, you're going to be working more in the community. So he's going to know elderly that needs help doing stuff, fixing things, running errands for them. He also knows you're part of the guard, so he may trust you to run donations to banks.
Mhm.
Just, you know, that kind of like, almost like an errand boy.
Yep.
We'll say...
Above Aaron boy.
You know, good boy. No, just kidding. So what we'll do is let's what kind of role would that be?
Or an errand?
We'll say, yeah, mostly physical. So we'll do some sort of physical check. So let's do some athletics.
Okay.
And we'll mix in for the fixing one. Are you proficient in any tools?
Dice set. And I'm
Okay.
proficient with land vehicles.
So,
I can fix a cart. I don't know.
Don't forget the performance for being an ultra boy.
alright, well, this is what we'll do. We'll do high or low on what you fix.
Oh, it's a ritual.
You'll tell me, and if it picks it,
What else
you'll
do I
do something that you're
That's
proficient
real.
in. If not, it will just be a general strength check. Because
Okay.
you're not proficient fixing it, but it just takes labor.
Yep.
Okay.
So, the
So,
first thing is in
what's the
athletics, you said?
Yeah, so what we'll do is all four of them will be athletics. One of them will roll to see if you're proficient in it or not. We'll do the check. So,
Okay.
yeah, this is just general check.
Be a 16 for the first one from an athletics.
Okay.
And is this... Are
That
you,
is a success.
yeah, are you taking this as all in this first month?
Yeah, like I said,
Okay.
you can do multiple things. So,
Okay, cool.
so you've got your 4 months of living expenses staying out. So this
Yep.
first month, you know, I'm saying this is one instance, but this one check is collectively you were successful in helping out the church this month.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next one you said is
Another athletics.
another athletics. And
Yeah.
this, okay.
You're proficient in it. Well,
that would be another 16.
We'll do the last one where we'll do the
Okay.
high low. So,
And so a 18.
so now high low, and basically what this is are you going to be sent out to go fix a land vehicle which you're fishing in, or are you going to go out and fix somebody's porch?
Okay.
It's the same.
We'll go low.
Same thing.
That is a 17, so that is low. So you may roll a strength plus proficiency.
Athletics. Got it. That would be a 22.
All right, good beans.
Nice thing is I am a jack. I just get under the cart and push it up.
You're definitely known by the community within the church, and you are also earning the favor of, we'll just say nuns for lack of better word, so I don't have to make something up. And the
You mean Nancy?
Nancy's one of them.
Yep.
I haven't done enough goodwill for her yet, though. Because you woke her up and
Give me a few more
she's
sterlings.
still pissed about that. But and not that Fort Hill hasn't taken notice of you before, but he is starting to like you more, if that makes sense. Y'all are becoming closer. Okay.
Yep.
So your next downtime, you're gonna do the ultra boy thing, aren't you? No, but the next thing. So the next time downtime happens, we'll do more
Mhm.
things around the church that are actually inside the church.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, probably the second and third month would spend a little bit of time with Bayor. Originally, like trying to chase down any leads or gain insight on like how would you track a roving band of gnolls that had like these raggedy robes. One was like really gnarly and had like it just didn't look right.
Really gnarly.
They were not regular gnolls.
Are you trying to accomplish like gathering information on your backstory?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want
Effectively,
him to
and
do it
He's
for you?
hired Bayor.
Okay. So,
Let's go.
investigation check.
So whatever you would charge for a month's worth of assistance, Oliver will pay you.
And refresher. Which part of this was this? I know the Knoll portion, but I'm trying to remember what they did to you.
Very early on in his training,
Uh-huh.
him and his squad, his group, were out and they got ambushed.
Not this shit.
Gotcha.
And he's the
I
only one
didn't
that
know.
walked away.
Okay.
23.
Okay. So, you know Knolls? They're fairly common denizen that nobody likes. They're kind of up there with goblins. You know that there are rumors of a special Knoll. That usually only comes out at night. And it is, or it stays in heavily shaded areas. And there are rumors that that Knoll was in that area during that time frame. Now he could still be there. There's just his sightings are rare and far between.
Okay.
Okay. You pretty much gather based on his story the reason the sightings are rare and far between is because usually victims don't leave. That's what your insight's telling you. Okay. So it's a fairly dangerous monster, you would assume. You can gather that from what you saw. It was incredibly fast, faster than it should be. And it even seemed to kind of shrug off stuff, but it definitely had some way to restore itself during combat. Okay, and that was part of the issue, if that makes sense. So, that's where we'll go for now.
That's good. How much?
For a month?
Mhm.
For you?
I don't know how to take that.
30.
If he can work other cases at the same time, he wouldn't charge him anything.
Okay.
He may be able to help a little, but he's been
Here,
doing
do
a lot
this.
of volunteering.
Roll a
and-
d8. That's going to be how many hours you spent on it.
Sure.
And we've
Three.
3. Okay, so we established, what was it? 2 silver or 5? 5. So that's 1.5 gold. Is what he would normally charge you. Y'all decide how much y'all want that to be.
Sure. That's fine.
He'd probably pay 2 gold because he. Thanks.
You be careful.
Yeah, no, I've been doing a lot of volunteering, and
I
it's
know.
been working out pretty well. There was this wagon. It lost 2 of its wheels. It was really cool. I lifted up the back, and they put both the wheels on and the pinions back in. I did it by myself.
Really?
Yeah, I've never lifted a wagon before.
I'm
It didn't take you much for a craftsman.
What? No, I didn't make the wagon.
But you facilitated the fix.
Yeah, I'm part of the Kith. We know how to fix wagons, man. That's what we do.
That's excellent.
But normally it takes a bunch of us to lift it. Yeah,
Yeah, but they probably didn't have an Oliver before.
I was. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks again. Maybe we'll go stop by one of those areas at some point. But I know I'm getting ready to go have some drinks. So where
No
was you want to come?
Sure.
Cool. Where's Russ? The last time I went to this place, he didn't open the door.
You seen any feathers around?
No.
The point of it would be almost like a calling card.
I
but
checked
that's
in on
also
Rooney,
a,
but he wasn't feeling well. He said he wanted to just rest.
I don't know about that. I don't know. We can go and check and see if Russell is around.
Sure.
Alright, y'all just do some general.
Yeah, his next month he'll spend like 5
Rebel
gold
rousing.
on like rebel rousing. Would go to the bar that Adrian runs because he just knows the bar mistresses like him there, and that's why he spends 5 gold.
Anytime that's the
Yeah.
plan, Russell does not participate because he's not allowed.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why every time Elmer's, let's go there, and you're like, I'm okay.
Alright, so if you're going to do a little bit of carousing, go ahead and roll me a charisma check. For persuasion.
Time to make a fool of yourself.
12.
Okay. I'll think of who this is, but during y'all's time there, y'all make a contact that is going to be considered an ally in some way.
Oh, heck yeah.
It is on the lower tier though, so
And this was at, what's the location?
location.
Velvet Room.
Velvet Room.
Alright. So anybody think of anything else you want to do now that you've heard?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I have ritual spells, and I can heal people.
Okay.
I can identify any magical object. I can detect magic for people who need it, and I can heal folks who are in a pinch.
Okay.
All of that. Because I was like, wait a minute, this didn't cost me anything.
Yeah. Okay, so
And now you know how you start up your business.
Well, the big thing was when you started making way too much money because you're you. I was like, wait a minute, I have skills too.
I just goddamn.
I thought I was reading the rules right.
alright, so
Live in squalor, you fucking
No,
heathens.
no. That inspired me to think more critically, is what happened.
okay.
Just
So
make less than
are
the
you
goal.
selling okay, so which services are you selling all the services?
Everything.
Okay.
Because it would be something like this. He would start off by saying, look, everyone, I can now do this. Because he would practice it with Kerman and Rooney, right?
Mm-hmm.
Practicing the magic. Then, once they figured out, look, I can heal a couple of times a day, plus identify any magical thing. Also, detect just magic in general. So if someone's like, I'm being haunted, he's almost like a Ghostbuster. If there's somebody who's a noble who just needs something done quickly, or even fences, also like, hey, look, this person can tell you what that thing is, which would work non-nefariously for Bayor to say, that's what that is. Cool. And then he doesn't have to ask any questions where it came from, what it is, whatever. He's like, no, I can tell you exactly what this is, how many charges it has, what it does, it's valuable, etc., etc. So
So what we're gonna do is we're first going to roll a general d20. Okay, before you roll it, I'm gonna tell you what this represents.
Sure.
If Oliver ever had the chance to take him to the old folks' home that needed some achy feely heels on part of the church business, would certainly go grab Bayor.
That would probably be donation though. He wouldn't make money off of that. So he's gonna have to decide if he wants to do that. But with that said, 1 to 5. You're gonna spend 1 month getting the word out. 5 to 10, 2 months. 10 to 15.
yeah,
Three.
yeah.
So
And 4, it just got out at the end of this.
yes.
Sure.
And we'll go from there.
Cool.
Is that what done that point?
No, it's 16.
16? Okay.
Hey, next downtime.
So no,
Money.
we'll do the 1 month.
That's fine.
So what services do you want to sell?
Well, he would most likely sell the magical stuff because it would just take him 10 minutes. He can do it over and over and over again. And he also wants to get better at magic, like identify and detect magic. and
Wait,
stuff
10
like
minutes to do.
that.
I'm sorry.
Ritual casting.
When you said magical, I thought you were talking about the healing spells. I was like, that
No,
takes
you're
a
good.
day.
You're good.
Okay. So if I remember right, do you have the pearl? Oh no, it's ritual.
It's a ritual cast. Do you need it for that?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Caleb may have needed it before, so if I need to get a pearl and that's what I have to do in this downtime, I'll work on getting a pearl.
We'll say those 3 months.
Excuse me.
Was what you spent on doing it, and you'll just net nothing. Give me a second to look at the spells.
Yeah, you're good. I think rituals just take away the spell slot need, not the other needs. which is totally fine. And then I can say, cool, what I've done is utilize the 4 months, helping people with those things, kind of like trading up.
I don't even think a ritual takes a spell slot.
It doesn't, but I need to know whether or not I need 100 gold pearl.
You do, but you'll only ever need one. It doesn't consume the...
That's correct and fine, but I don't have one right now. So in order to sell this, I got to be able to sell it and use it. So,
I mean, do we need to go buy you one?
well, no, that's the thing. I can utilize these 4 months, having thought of, wait a minute, I can do this, help you all, work on my own thing, and then say I can sell something. But the first 4 months is me making a little extra gold, and then finally I buy it on the 4th month. So the next downtime, I have it. I can go, cool, do this.
Yeah, so the only bonus Ritual Caster gives you is you don't
It's
require
spell
it
slot,
to
yeah.
prepare.
Right.
And yeah, you don't have to have it prepared. As long as you have it in your book, you can do it, and it doesn't cost a spot.
Yep. So we're good. So can we say just for the 4 months, I'm just getting a pearl?
It actually doesn't say anything. Does it actually take a spot?
Ritual casting does not take a spell slot. I still need the material. All the components I'll need, except for the slot.
Okay. I'll look it up later. This is because this just says you can cast a wizard spell as a ritual if you have the ritual tag and you have the spell in your spell book. You don't need to have the spell prepared.
Correct.
But it doesn't say that's a free spell. But I'll look at that.
That's a clarifying question. I do not know.
But I think from all my other knowledge from before, we don't need it. I'll look into it. It's not going to matter for this because you have 30 fucking days and that's
No, it's
40
fine.
fucking attempts.
This says casting a spell as a ritual does not consume a spell slot, and classes like wizard that prepare their spells don't need to prepare rituals. Finally, spells cast as rituals cannot be upcast at a higher level, even if their normal versions can.
I can't even think of a ritual spell that would benefit from that. But anyway, okay.
Not having to use... Oh, upcasting?
So this is something. This is specialized.
Corpse explosion.
Good Cannibal Corpse song.
Roll me a D10 and a D4.
Roll him 1d14.
4 on the 4 and a 3 on the 10.
Okay. So 7 days this month, you've got someone to successfully bring you something to identify.
Oh, cool.
We'll consider it like skilled labor,
Mhm.
and we'll do 2 gold for each time. So that's 14 gold.
Cool.
Now, we'll say this since this is your first one. The next time we do this, if you want to set your price, we'll do that. But just know that you'll have to make DC checks to
You're right.
see if people feel like they're being screwed.
I got you.
Alright.
What we need is once you do that enough to where you hit over 100 gold and you've effectively paid for the material component.
That's what we're looking for.
From just the use of it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is he has to sell certain things so then he can pay for an office, pay for other skilled help, etc., etc. So,
Okay.
so
Anything
do
else?
I have the pearl?
Yeah, we'll say you have pearl.
Okay, because that's going to help us during our missions. And
We'll
stuff.
say that's part of the loot. I'll just make it. She had pearl necklace.
No, okay, I got you.
We'll do that.
Pearl.
Bird?
All right. So while he's in the restroom, we'll say I rolled for it. Today is the day is Sunday, so I want you guys to be thinking of what you're doing on a Sunday evening, like afternoon. It's about to. You're wrapping up whatever you're doing, and it's going into evening. If that makes sense.
Do Sunday.
You're
You're saying.
say Sunday evening. Why did you say you're wrapping up what you're doing?
No, you're
I don't
fine.
want to
But
think
you're
it.
saying, like, and the reason why I'm asking, Sunday is effectively acting like a Sunday.
Yeah.
We're going to work next day, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Now, people that have jobs like you that's still shit, and you that work can decide your own hours, right? But we'll say you got guard shifts that let you off on Sunday and Wednesday so you can do church shit. So your other 5 days, or what are you doing?
on a Sunday night, having
His best.
no, she would have. She probably would have left the bar early. She has actually. She would have left the bar early, and then gone back to her residence, and she has been kind of piecing together. She kind of got a feel for the thrill of thieving.
Hold on 1 second. So what we're gonna do is, what I'm trying to decide is going to be from you leaving your place to go to like home.
Sure.
Okay. What are you doing?
So we're going home. Where
He what? She is. I'm asking you. What are you doing now?
It'll be about like 6 o'clock. She's been like, yeah, fuck it, I'm done
Yeah.
dancing.
Y'all are not together unless y'all choose to be together.
Yeah. So he's probably just wrapped up whatever volunteer work he's done at church. Is probably going to go back to the barracks, change, do his Sunday evening jog with Smoke, and then probably stop by like one of the local taverns to grab a bite.
Okay. We'll say this is on your jog with Smoke. What are you up to?
He'd be lurking somewhere public that he's not going to be noticed. Picking up on conversations. Expanding his vocabulary.
Would you say you're indoors or outdoors?
What time of year is it?
It's now October.
So it's getting to where it's evening, so it might be potentially kind of chilly indoors.
Okay. That's right. All right. So, same thing with you, indoors, outdoors.
Indoor.
Okay.
Good, because it's cold, right?
Yeah, we'll say it's.
Or chilly.
I mean, it's October, 6 p.m.-ish.
Oh, October.
We'll
It depends
say-
on the water. I mean, it'd be probably about 50s.
Yeah, you're on a river.
Yeah.
So that's close enough. We'll also say it's probably
Actually, they'll probably be outside.
Kentucky-ish weather, but like on the Mississippi, kind of like they'll.
He'll be outside then.
So okay. High or low, wait, what?
Hi.
High or low?
High.
Okay. High or low?
Low.
High or low?
High.
Okay. You two are successful, you two are not. How did you both roll initiative?
Me and him?
Brian and you. Adrian. Adrian and Oliver.
And a Ryan.
A 17.
8.
I actually put 87.
I'll take it. No takesy backsies.
Fastest initiative.
Alright. We'll do you first, Oliver.
Okay, so
Now
all
we'll do
the
you-
dogs.
We'll do you second, actually.
Okay.
Because it will play out better that way. Okay. Where's the? I guess it's just doing dexterity. Alright, so you go first. I need you, since you're going first, I need you to make a perception to see if you are surprised or not.
She's not very perceptive. No, she gets a 3.
This person cannot roll less than that thing. Alright, so you see, on your way back,
All right, continue. That's fine.
you don't see it till it happens. Something is going to just reach out and attack you. So it's going to have advantage
Okay.
because it is stealthy.
I just said that I saw it, and I was like, it rolled a 2.
No, that's what I'm saying. You didn't see it.
Got him.
So that will hit, and it will do 4 damage.
Correct.
Roll low. And your strength score is lowered by 2.
Oh, cool. I got 7 in strength. That's good.
Okay. Okay. So, as this shadow comes pretty much out of the ground and just attacks you. Okay? Good.
You said a shadow,
Mhm.
and it's starting to become nighttime.
Yes, you are now in the evening. That's why I was kind of like, what are you doing? It's just turned evening. It's now, yep, twilight, early, like the witching hours. That's the witching hours at 2 o'clock. It's
She
night.
will disengage.
Okay.
And for the cunning action, hide. So
Okay.
as soon as it touches her, she like, what the shit? Starts to feel really dizzy. And then it's like, I gotta get away from here. So she'll disengage and then hide.
You've got plenty of stuff to hide. Go ahead and make that roll.
23.
Oh, I don't know why. I don't even know why I rolled. It can't beat that. So it does not see you. So it sees the direction you run off to.
Mhm.
So it is heading in your direction. It is not within 5 feet of you, and it is. But let's say for these purposes, it's 15 feet away from you, and it is looking for you and is unable to find you. That is its turn.
She will. Are there like torches or street lamps or anything like that on the route she's taken?
Yes. There are basically there's these basically how the town is lit. There are effectively lights, and inside those like glass orbs, they almost look like our street lamps in a way. You know those old fashioned ones that kind of hang that's inside of like a there are dancing lights, like a single dancing light that gives out like 15. So there's the occasional dark spots in between each area if you're following a road. If you're off in a park or down an alley, unless that place has some sort of torch light or something.
She will move half her speed so she can stay stealthy.
Okay.
Like she kind of like looks into the light, kind of judges if she can get into it by moving half her speed, or if it's something where she has to run.
We'll say that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she'll move at
I
half her
think
speed.
dancing light's only 15 feet. So
And then she will cast True Strike on herself, and like has a dagger.
Okay.
And so she's like back up to the post, looking out like in front of her, wherever she can see it.
does True Strike have a verbal component? Because if it does, that will break your stealth, just so you know. I guess I have
True Strike has component S.
Okay.
Somatic.
So it's just somatic. So you make some sort of like over your whatever, however you want to flavor it. If you want to let us know, go ahead. If not, you maintain yourself.
And she just like draws her dagger out of like where she's got a few on her thigh, and then like focuses on it,
Okay.
and keeping like her attention square in front of her.
Right. He is moving away from you because he rolled really poor on his check. He's gonna see if you duck down an alley and the shadow just missed you. So it is now, let's say, 15, 45 feet away from you.
She'll do a perception. Yeah, I guess perception to see if it's like she can hear
Smurf.
like footsteps, or if it's just quiet.
You're not hearing footsteps.
So she'll
You get the sense that it is incorporeal in a sort, like it's not physical. It's physical enough to hurt. It's ghostly. Put it that way. That's the only word I can
Didn't
say.
know if you heard like a wet slap in the bag. That's how it walks. Like wet socks.
Did it sound like a ham?
She'll stay in the light until she'll take the dodge action and stay in the light, and see if it comes back or if it goes and is gone.
Since you're in light,
Mhm.
and that means you had to cross through the light to get to the pole, re-roll your stealth check because you did something to break your check.
She wouldn't care about hiding at that point.
Okay.
Just so long as she is within the light.
Okay. So I'm going to say then it does see you,
Mhm.
since you're not stealthing anymore, and it is going to come at you. Since it can't make it to you on this turn because how far away it is going to take a dash, and it is right beside you.
Okay. With my true strike, we're going to see if me cutting at it will damage it. So with,
Mhm.
I guess, advantage.
Yeah, you have advantage because true strike.
It's a dagger, so it's a finesse weapon, so I can use my dexterity.
Mhm.
We get a 16.
That hits.
Take my D4 plus D6. Oh god. 12 damage.
That is a very successful hit, but you notice it is not as successful as you would expect. Okay?
And
So, like I said, it's incorporeal. You see parts of the shadow come out, but if you knew that if this was a fully physical form, you were going to really fuck it up. But in this case, it's not, so it didn't do as much as you thought it would be.
And for the cunning action, so she slashes at it and then ducks out of the light and then tries to hide.
Okay? I'm going to say,
If
are
she
you
can.
leaving it square to do that? If you don't, you're going to try to hide right next to it, and I'm going to make it a disadvantage.
Hiding in the shadow.
That's what we'll do. That's fine. We'll do it at its disadvantage.
Okay.
That'll be fine. And then how long does the dodge action last for?
One round.
So now that you've attacked, it's gone. So,
Cool.
yeah, so fine.
I guess you can disengage and then run.
You little buck boy.
You
So
gathered
what?
with how fast it moved, it's faster than you. Just FYI.
So she would try to like hide in its own shadow pretty much. So you said disadvantage, right?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the party, pal.
It's cute.
17. So we got a 13, but we got a 20.
Okay.
Because
You rolled a 13. Wow, that was your lower roll?
yep, I rolled a 17.
You're cheating on place.
It rolled a 19, so it's like
So
We're gonna
she landed guts at you and then just like, whoa!
it's like you're like playing. You're literally like going around it, and it's doing a circle, and you're just staying right out of its eyesight. Okay. Your turn. It does not see you.
You fucking clown.
She will disengage and then hide.
Okay.
So she like ducks back into the
The
bushes,
shadows.
into the shadow.
Right. Go ahead and roll me since we're moving. You're still right technically next to it until you get out of there.
So she'll
This will
take the
be a
action,
new-
disengage, and
Right.
then
This
for
will
her-
be a normal stealth because you're
Okay.
away from it now. You're not like right fucking next to it.
a 19.
Does not see you. It's trying to look up at the light. The light's kind of blinding it because it's thinking that you climbed the pole or something. That's why I couldn't see you.
And I guess from her hiding spot, she will cast True Strike again. And
You do know if you're hiding and you attack, you have advantage.
I do. She does not. This is just like how she would.
Okay, that's fine.
Taking the dodge action is not part of the cunning action.
No.
That's the
Then she'll just take the dodge action. She'll
So-
remain in hiding with the 19, but she will take the dodge action
And
if it
the-
actually sees her.
True Strike is a bonus action, correct?
No.
Because you won't be able to take a dodge action.
That's fine. We're not casting True Strike. we're gonna wait and see if it sees us, and then maybe moves on.
Okay, so we'll attempt to find you again. And what did you roll?
I had rolled a 19.
It rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
So 20. It's easy.
Cool.
So it turns and heads towards you, and it will attempt to hit you.
Takes a 14.
It misses. Your turn.
Yeah, she's like, God damn it, what the fuck is this thing?
You can tell this thing is hurt. It's not quite bloody, but it's close to bloody based off that one attack. You're also sensing that it's persistent. You could get away from it stealthily, obviously, really easy. So you could escape through stealth if you wanted, but it's not going to give up trying to find you or something or someone else.
Okay.
The guy she framed walked by. Get that guy.
Yeah, hey.
Another one.
Just been released.
She will disengage from it and then do one more hide.
Okay.
So pretty much like hops out of one bush and scuttles into another one.
You don't even have to roll. It rolled in that one.
Oh, okay, cool. So I guess for its next attempt to find me.
So you hid. It
Mhm.
tried to find you. It failed. It's your turn again.
She'll cast True Strike, and then Cunning Action. It's dash. Or
Dash, disengage, hide.
Hide.
she will move at half her speed to keep her stealth check to get away
Okay.
after casting True Strike.
It sounds like your minimum is an 8. So he did not. He doesn't find you again. So you roll less than that.
And then if he doesn't find her at that point, she will dash towards people. Like going
Okay.
further into the city and further into where there's light.
All right. We'll say you successfully get away. Okay. And that's that. All of it.
Yep.
All right.
Just jogging.
You.
I'm just
Side.
jogging.
He's in his civvies. Dagger at his belt.
Make a perception check.
Net one.
No, dirty 20.
Right. You're running, and as you're running, you pass the statue, and for whatever reason, hair stands on the back of your neck. You turn and look. The statue is not where it was standing; it is closer to you. But when you turn and look, it's not moving.
He's like kind of turned around and now like jogging backwards.
So, are you not looking at it again?
No, he's like kind of when you see something, you turn around and you kind of then jog backwards for a little bit so you can keep looking at what you're doing before you turn around again.
So, do you turn around?
Yeah, I mean, probably once he's 15, 20 feet away.
Roll me another perception check.
That would be a natural 1, but I'm a halfling.
Okay.
Okay.
He looks the suck. Piece of shit. What was that?
I don't know. A 19.
Same thing. It is now, I mean, obviously, you're moving with it, so it's not necessarily getting farther or closer, but it's not where it was, it's approaching you.
So yeah, he will kind of slow his jog, while he's backing up, just maintaining eye contact. He would typically jog on like the main thoroughfare on his Wednesday and Sunday evening jogs, where it's a little bit more well lit because, well, he's a guard. I'm an idiot. Not the smartest. But he'll be walking backwards and just kind of like, is anyone else seeing? Is anyone around?
We follow the SCP-170.
We're going to say, for this case, no.
What's the statue look like?
It's a normal statue that you might find. Let's say you're running in a park. Would that sound like something you would do?
Like he'd be running down like one of the streets on the outside of the park. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he's running by a park. So there's statues of, knights, No. You know what? Let's do this. Statues of angels. You're running almost by a cemetery.
It's Doctor Who.
Can you say which angels they are?
They're just like general depiction of angels. They're not like have names or anything. They're like
You know,
the things crying over
7
babies.
sets of wings, a dozen eyes.
Be not afraid.
Be an 11.
You remember there were statues in front of you the way you were running. So you had the statue that was behind you, and you saw statues in front of you, and now you're looking at the one behind you, and now you're thinking in your head, they were behind me too. Now.
He'll kind of put his hand on his dagger and kind of just out. And he'll turn his body and try to keep himself bladed and then try to maintain eye contact on the statue and see if he picks anything up out of his periphery.
There's a statue 2 feet away from you. Its face is twisted, like demented, and it's coming up
He
to
immediately is going to go, help! and prepare for battle.
Help! Okay.
In a pose.
So here's the thing.
Yep.
You've gathered, if you're looking at these things, they are not going to charge you. Just keep that in mind. So let's roll initiatives.
You just be.
Oh, wait, you already had rolled initiative. I'm sorry, Dad.
I would prefer to take this one.
That's not how that works. Sorry.
It's alright.
But with this, luckily the statues, so they have shit dexterity.
Oh shit.
So you actually are going to go before both of it. One
Hey, yo, what-
rolled an 11 for an 8,
Okay.
and one rolled an 8 for a 5.
Wow, I don't even remember what I rolled.
You rolled an 8.
Oh, yeah, I did.
You cheater beater.
So he will take a step back so they're both in his vision.
Mm-hmm.
Count it. And they're not like moving or anything right now.
Mm-hmm. One is literally, though, like face open, jagged teeth,
Yep.
claws extended up, was like this close to about to gash you in the face.
He's gonna
And remember,
Yep.
cemetery.
uh-huh.
There's more than 2 of these statues.
Symmetry.
Yeah, so he's going to be backing away from the symmetry
Yes.
with Smoke at his side.
Talk about hammering over the
And,
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he will spend his turn to just back up, trying to get as much in front of him as possible. So he will back up and then effectively take the dodge action.
Okay. Roll me perception check.
You know when you say that.
20.
You hear something approaching quickly from behind. You turn to look at it.
He will say, "Announce yourself!"
Doesn't notice.
Oliver just goes like,
Oh.
2 statues. These are statues of like dogs that were sitting on someone's porch. Like on either side of the stairs that are charging you.
Oh, and they stop.
They stopped, but
Yeah.
you're not looking at the other ones now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I only have so much I can do in my turn.
No, I know. So how far away did you back up?
He would have done his 30 feet.
Okay.
Backing up, maintaining eye contact, defensive action. He hears them running at him and he spins.
All right.
It'll take a 14 to hit because I am
Uh-huh.
unarmored.
16. You hear them coming,
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to start a fight. He's just putting
But they don't get
all
you.
over the cats.
the dogs are about 10 feet away from you. You'll have to look at the other one to see how far away they are. you hear more coming from another direction.
Yeah, if it's his turn, he's going to use half of his movement right now to get atop smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to just give the command, run.
Okay. Go ahead. What is Smoke's movement?
40.
40? Is it Smoke dashing or? So 40, which means you have
My
20
movement
feet-
now is effectively 40, so I would have
You
a
have
total
20
of...
feet left from mounting him because now we're
Yep.
looking at half his speed. And are you going to dash?
Yes.
Okay,
Gonna dash.
so that's 60.
hmm
Okay, so as you go, you turn around and you're seeing things that are farther in front of you that are no longer in their place starting to walk towards you. Does that make sense? Like, there's
So
still
like,
a ways
I
away.
occasionally look behind me, see the stuff behind me still incrementally getting closer, or...
And you're actually kind of heading towards things. These are statues or angels from the cemetery or gnomes out of a yard or whatever the case is, just farther down the street in the direction you're heading. They had started moving towards you.
They
Oh,
weren't
yeah,
where
but
they
they're-
were supposed to be. Like,
They don't, like, there's a gnome on a street where you might think that the gnome should be in the yard.
Yep.
There's a dog that's halfway through the yard, which is really odd artwork.
Yep. So he's going to be trying to navigate that path and find his way back to the barracks. Like, he's like, no, I'm done with this.
Weeping angel shit.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and let's say a general let's do acrobatics to. I will let you choose a perception or an acrobatics to either perceive your way through and plan
Perception.
it out, or an acrobatics to just rely on chance and dodge the shit as it happens. So.
I actually have a higher roll with just an untrained acrobatics. We'll just do the untrained acrobatics.
Okay.
13.
Okay. So one will hit you.
No.
Y'all.
No.
Where's my guys? One will hit you for 7 damage.
Rude.
And that's basically it's an attack of opportunity. As you dodged one took a shot
Mm-hmm.
and hit you. Keep going.
Another.
Hmm?
Ooh, that's a lot better. That's a 21.
You successfully dodge through, and we're going to make it one more before you see no more statues ahead of you.
Okay. An 8.
So another one hits you. Well, we'll attempt to hit you.
Yep.
You said it was a 14?
Yep.
That was a 10. Okay. So you leave a small gathering of statues behind. When you look back, they start to go back to their perches. It's almost as if the prey has escaped and they're going back. And they're going to wait for something else or someone else.
Yeah, so the rest of his evening is getting back to the barracks, reporting to his superior what had happened.
See what happens.
Getting...
You're going to need to make a persuasion check.
Oh, yeah. Persuasion, you say? That's an 8.
He thinks you're pulling his leg. He like statues coming to life.
And I swear, there was this little gnome in the middle of the road, and it looked mad. Like a gnome's face is like usually like a little cherub. It's got the cheeks and like the sideburns, but they're like blades, and its face was all twisted. Yeah,
Six kinds of races.
like I escaped, but I'm pretty scared for the citizenry that if they're out, jogging at night or walking through that cemetery, they would get hurt. So can we get a couple people? Like I'll go out. I'll get in my uniform, and like we can go out there and at least just try to keep them safe.
Look, you've been working hard, then you've been volunteering, and you're exercising on the side. You're just a little tired.
Well,
Right? Just go home and rest. Statues are not coming alive. They're not attacking random people jogging down the streets.
he will point to the gash on him. Like, does that look like a trip?
Well, maybe you just snagged it on the side of a statue. It didn't come out and lunge at you.
No, I'm not that big.
That's what I'm saying. You're tired. You made a mistake. It's okay. You've been working hard. We recognize you.
Okay, so if someone gets hurt, is this on record? Like,
Sure.
I don't want to get in trouble.
If you want to put it on record that statues are moving and attacking.
Yes, sir.
All right. You know how to fill out a report?
Okay, well, I guess rest's not really in order. I will go get the document.
He'll pull it out. You're probably talking to like a desk dude or something, and he'll pull it out. He'll fill out his required part, his witness, like he witnessed the statement, yada, yada, yada. You do your thing. It doesn't take you more than you've done it enough. It's no time at all. 5 minutes, give or take.
Yep, and,
Now you get some sleep.
yeah, oh, sure. With statues roaming around, that's going to make it easy.
It's okay. At this point, they're actually trying to treat you like a kid.
I mean,
It's okay.
you know what, like the crime scene that we had a couple weeks ago?
Which is good.
A couple
for us.
months ago. God, that was a while. Yeah. Hello? Like, people...
Well, yeah, and you caught him. We figured that out. That was magic.
Yes, but what's so far-fetched? You know, it's all in the report. It's all in the report. I'm going to go
You're
try to
saying
rest.
There's 2 instances in a year that are that kind of magic? Come on. That doesn't happen here that often. I know you're new. And I know you halflings are very excitable. You've been very busy. Take a couple days.
We prefer the term kith. But
Halflings are race. It's like you calling me human.
no, we call you tall folk, but that's
See, now that's
I-
just racist.
understand now.
I mean, I've seen some short humans.
I haven't.
Touche. They could be. You've seen kids. They're your size.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like adults.
See, it can't be that bad now that we're joshing, right?
No, it was pretty awful, but I get distracted pretty easily. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna get some rest, and then I guess I'll. Can I get a later start on my shift tomorrow? I'd like to run this by.
Take a day off. You earned it.
Cool. I'll run this by Bayor. Maybe he knows like walking statues. I mean, he cracked the other case. Like we weren't able to crack it.
Oh, well, I bet Bayo can crack this case. You go talk to him.
Yeah, he solved the merchant guild theft.
He got his fucking
Hey, quack. I'll city watch your cocks.
This city going over 2 on his history, so he's. I don't know if your insight will recognize this or not. He doesn't know what you're talking about, but he is just straight up like, sure. Alright. Now what do you want to do?
To be.
So he will get back to his quarters, smoke, and will
Yeah, bro.
take his long rest with plans of waking up early, foregoing his morning jog, well, probably taking his jog to Bayor's, but in his full gear.
Okay.
Yo,
Alright.
Kaminsky kill run. Let's go.
You two are good. Your night's in. Y'all want to tell me what y'all do in your night? You can. Whatever. Yay, nay, later. Tell me what you do. Okay. Yay, nay, later.
Where's he lurking? Or is that just fully up to me? Like,
Yeah,
where would he
fully
be
up to
allowed to just chill inside a relatively busy public place at a Sunday evening? To where because he's just trying to latch onto
Yeah.
as
Most
many phrases as
places-
he can where he can actually speak in complete sentences that make sense to
Yeah.
people.
Most places
And aren't
in the
unnerving
lower
because
town
it's-
don't care. Middle town, you might get looks. High town is where people might be a little tooty and be like, "We don't
So-
serve your kind type," or like, "Hey, you don't look good enough to be here."
He'd
So-
be somewhere like mid to lower middle.
Okay.
Just tavern, like market area, whatever it is, relatively bustling where he could just be latching onto all that.
We'll say around here is a middle neighborhood. This is what's called the House of Wonder. It has a bunch of no, this is the Adventuring Guild. So same deal. This is the Adventuring Guild. So we'll say you're around here, in a bar someplace. If you want a name, I give you a name. But if not, we'll just
No, I mean it's not particularly relevant, but he's
Yeah.
just straight up trying to get more and more complete sentences he can latch onto and use in conversations because it unnerves people when he does the multiple voices every single word.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Y'all just go to bed. Adrian, do you do anything? Now that you've escaped and you're going into the night? Do you mind if I have
Yeah, please.
Something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Me
casa,
You can have it if you can
I
say
don't
it.
think she. No, she wouldn't.
Man,
She would just get home.
champagne boo.
No, she would. She would get home and then try to rest because she has a 9 in strength. And now she has a 7, so she's feeling very drained. So she'd pretty much pass out.
y'all wake up the next morning.
Unacceptable.
I mean, you already know.
I'm going to wake up and do my normal morning routine. Which,
I don't
waking
think
up.
we've ever discussed that.
No. No, we haven't. So, I'm going
First.
to wake up. No, he will have a routine almost like that because he understands he has to get into a persona. If that makes sense. Like, the Bayor 99% of the people see is not who he normally is in terms of, like, demeanor, actions, because he can't just fly around. He can't act like he's doing that all the time, or he has the ability to. So he has to kind of get into, you know how, this is going to sound very arrogant. You know how Superman has to act human, and that is what makes him Superman? It's not just being able to unleash and be God. So Bayor is having to very much get into your feet will be on the ground today, unless something crazy happens. Your mind is going to be on things that you've been studying for days, weeks, and months all the time. The things he's going to do, he's going to clean himself up very well. He's going to don his attire. And then the last thing he does before he starts functioning, like to where he would ever have to open the door or anything like that, is put his hat on. Because he knows he has to function. He's like, done.
Okay. You too? Start with James First Russell.
Yeah, I imagine his morning routine would be kind of not dissimilar to Wilker's, where he'd be standing at. Did we determine the specific floor Wilker's apartment was on? I know I wanted a street-facing window on the upper level if possible.
Yeah, so that area of town, the highest you can get is third floor. We'll say it's the third floor.
Okay. So then he would just
It's
be.
actually cheaper because people hate to climb the stairs.
Wilker don't matter. He's a skitterer.
Oh, he can fly up.
So Wilker's gonna go and fight Oliver. No, he would be
You mean Russell?
No, Wilkir is.
Wilkir
He actually
is Russell.
disappeared to beat this halfling's ass. Russell would.
He's following the caravan, trying to find you.
Oh
and
my
it's like,
No backlight, window cracked, peering like a crackhead.
how long have you been doing that?
Years.
Like,
Today.
oh, today?
Like, when did you wake up, or did you go to sleep? Like, what's your sleep schedule versus like? Let me just ask you this: how long before the sun rose were you looking out the window?
It'd be just past dawn, but the window's just always at least cracked.
Okay.
And he's just creeping. Because he's either waiting for a knock at the door or for it to get a little later in the day for him to go out and start lurking for work.
All right. What are you doing, Adrian? You woke up. Your strength has returned.
She would actually go to Bayor's office.
Okay. Since you are jogging there, and you specified that, and I take it you're not running there. You're just yeah. We'll let you get there first. Okay. You knock on the door. You hear knocking on your door. It sounds urgent.
Okay.
You know who it is when you.
The first knock, he goes, like just. I'm like, all right. No, it'll be.
No, Russell's not there yet. Man, you're so fucking bitter better.
All right. Hello, young man.
Just immediately walks in.
Yeah,
Followed by smoke.
he understands that. We're here now.
Okay, yeah. So I filed a report last night, and
They didn't take you seriously.
no.
You wouldn't be here otherwise.
Yep.
Calm down.
Okay.
It's fine. He's going to go and pet Smoke and feed him some of his breakfast.
Roll me an animal handling check.
What about a Schmandel Manling?
Get there.
Did you say Schmandel Manimal?
Yeah.
Schmandle my animal.
Jesus Christ.
What is handle?
Wisdom, I think.
Charisma.
Hannes Mandel?
Would it be charisma?
Oh no. So handle animals of wisdom.
Definitely.
I roll a 19.
Okay.
You successfully lose 2 fingers.
Roll me a perception with advantage.
I get to roll.
Actually, make it an insight side.
Okay, insight.
There.
Well, it was a cocked roll. So that would be
That's remarkable.
13.
Listen, Timothy Oliphant. Get out of here.
Come in.
Cool. So, beat him a bit of rashers. Scratch under his chin. He's talking about Oliver the whole time.
Just Oliver's.
Huge piece of jerky. Who's a good boy? What's up, Smoke?
He just stares intently into his eyes. So, do you have the report or a copy of it?
No,
You should make copies
turn.
so I can see them.
That's a lot of writing. I mean, they'll make a copy, but I'm not gonna like.
Do you think you can't handle it? Writing twice?
No, you use your hand to write.
Correct.
Yeah, but I would.
Next time. We know better.
There's a lot of writing in this job.
I understand there
It's
is.
the least favorite part.
I know that very much, which is why you need to work on it. Like Russell's there.
Russell's like, just bring me.
That's my duplicate!
Russell has a crank.
You just hear like a voice echo across the city.
Okay, so
Where were you?
I was taking my normal jog
The same path?
Yeah, it goes outside the church, and it goes down the path into Midtown, and you know the the cemetery next to the park,
Mhm.
the well-lit path.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I was running there, and I thought I heard something.
How many times have you taken this path before? And who knows you'll be there?
How many people know I go down? You
So I'm your primary suspect, okay?
what?
We need to know who knows. Please continue. You were going down the well-lit path,
Yeah,
jogging
so
from
I-
the church.
That particular path I take every Sunday evening. Right?
Can
Wednesdays I take the other path up through Lowtown.
Baylor's going to check his watch, think about the time. Have you told him before when you leave the church normally?
You probably know like a span of a couple of hours.
Right. Okay. He's just trying to establish the time frame.
But the sun had set. There wasn't any like the cool orange hue in the sky that's really fun. Like when I get to leave a little bit earlier from the volunteer work. But
It's volunteer work. You can leave whenever you want.
well, once you get done with the tasks, and sometimes you're doing things that take a little bit longer. You don't
Understood.
necessarily control that.
You're a good lad. And he puts his hand on your shoulder.
Anyway, I thought I heard something, so I turn around and there's a statue, and it wasn't on its like normal pedestal. So I was like, "That's weird," and I kind of jogged backwards for a little bit, and I turned back around, and then there's this statue in front of me that doesn't look like where it's supposed to be.
What did the statues look like, and how big were they?
They were like standard like tall folk size, maybe 5'8".
He's
to-
immediately thinking about animated objects or
5'10".
something that could turn them on.
And then I hear it moving behind me again, so I turn around real quick, and it's closer now, and I'm like, that's not normal. So I try to real quick turn and peer out of my head, and this other one has this gnarly twisted face, and it looked like it was about to hit me. So then I'm like, I know what's up. They can't hit you when you're looking at them. So I start backing up, thinking I'll keep them in front of me, and I'll start going towards the other side of the path. I was like, oh, maybe this is kind of like just a weird cemetery thing, like ghosts got into the statues, because ghosts are they're crafty.
No, they're actually pretty dumb. Because they haven't been able to move on yet because they have unfinished business.
Yeah, but they're still doing stuff and they're dead.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they're crafty. It just means that they are
I mean, that's pretty
unwillful.
okay. Then I hear more stuff coming from behind, and I whip around, and there are two dog statues that came off of Mrs. Adele's porch, running right at me.
Wait.
They had never ran at me before.
Who's Mrs. Adele?
Well, she's one of the ladies outside of the cemetery path. I get to know a lot of the people because they see me running by, and they're like, "What's this kid doing running at this hour?"
Is this person married? Is this Miss Adele or Mrs.?
I call her Miss Adele.
She's a famous musician.
I mean, she lives
Like Russell's like,
in a house, and she's got dog statues on her porch.
Smoking through your beak.
Anyway, so those statues start running at me, and then I realized that the ones, now that I was looking at the dogs, they stopped. I heard the ones coming up behind me, and by the time I had time to turn around, or before I had time to turn around and break eye contact on the dogs that were coming at me, these ones behind me, they still hadn't made it to me yet, so I'm like, I can outrun these. Well, not only can I outrun them, but Smoke here, and he kind of rubs his head and ruffles his ear. Yeah, we could get away. So I hop on Smoke, and we bolt. And I'm seeing the stuff in front of me every time I'm looking back over my shoulder, trying to make sure that they aren't catching up, which they're not. They're still trying to close the gap, but they're getting smaller and smaller. The ones in front of me are moving now. Like all the statues in the city that I could see were moving when I wasn't looking at them.
Bayor is going to try to subtly start to teach Smoke Abyssal.
You want to teach? Okay.
What I mean by that is, police dogs, they teach them German. So things can't, like, an average person is not going to know Setzen or whatever fucking it would be.
What was the name of the lady?
Miss Adele.
Miss Adele.
Oliver, do you know what a false positive is?
something that you think is true but isn't?
Correct. I think you were attacked.
Yeah, I was. Look, he'll kind of undo his armor and like lift up the padded piece and be like,
Are you still injured?
"Well, no, it's healing pretty nice, but I mean, it's."
No. I mean,
stabbable.
are you down any HP?
Oh, I had a long rest.
Thank you. That's fine. You just need to tell me, a person who has a healing function.
Well, yeah, no, I mean that's
Are
why I
you hurt?
took you to the home the other day, and you helped out those like old lady and that old gentleman. Their ankles were swollen.
Let me take a look at that.
I mean,
He'll put on his glasses.
but yeah. Anyway, so
Sorry. He'll put on his spectacles.
it's about the time that I get out of the park and maybe like down the street half of the way, and I can see the barracks across the bridge. The one that's in the center where I stay.
Yeah.
And when I turn back around, all the statues are, and I'm looking at them now. They're just moseying on back like nothing happened. So I'm like, that's not good. Just like I got
clarification. You didn't see them move, but you can tell by the direction they were facing.
Oh, you should have made him roll a history check.
no.
Well, I didn't want him to
Oliver-
be a misunderstanding with me as the DM because I
Correct.
did just leave
I
it.
understand.
Gotcha.
This is what Oliver is believing.
Gotcha.
His mind has made it a little bit more.
That's fine, but I just want to make sure
Yeah.
that you understood what I.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
So
Fantastical.
yeah, they
Because
were-
I was like, you're gonna laugh.
They were just strolling. It's like they only obeyed that law when you were in their little trap. And I'm thinking, it's a trap. I don't want anyone else to get hurt. So I go back to the barracks, and I'm like, hey, me and some of the boys probably need to go back out there. And I'm ready to get, my shield, because when I'm jogging, you know me, I'm only like carrying my dagger on me, because like running in that equipment is kind of annoying. It's not necessarily the most comfortable, and I wanted to do this for fun. So they say no.
There's no way you are jogging for fun.
I mean, I do it every morning, and then I do it on Wednesdays after volunteering and Sundays after volunteering.
But that's not.
Like, I've told you this before.
I know you have.
You still don't believe me? This is a positive.
Running in full kit's the only time it's fun.
For Oliver.
Oliver's a bitch. So am I.
Okay, so you go back, you file your report, you get your
They didn't
equipment.
even ask me to file a report. I had to say I wanted to file a report, because if someone got hurt, I don't want to come back on me, and then, I've only been here a couple of months, and, this city, they tell you can't, police the criminals. Like, that's what a guard is supposed to do.
No. A guard is supposed to keep the peace.
Yeah, and it's peaceful when there's not crime.
That is not inherently true.
Who says having an imagination is a crime?
Roll
We didn't
me
close
a
the door.
Roll me a stealth check to see if you just make it in.
What did you say?
We didn't close the door.
No. No. Well, because you came in and Bayor did his thing. No. It's fine.
Yeah.
You can 100% come in. Because Bayor is like, cool, this is fine. Because
Right.
people know where to find Bayor. So
Finn
he's
Patel
not.
thing where she's like leaning up against the door. It's just
And
the
Bayor just
silhouette.
goes and whack. You're like, got him. So, listen to our friend here. It's not a crime to have an imagination, but I do think, I can tell by the lacerations or the marks that were left that you were in fact attacked. You don't run into something and get those kind of marks.
Well,
But-
then he got me thinking, am I working too hard? Was I that tired?
I don't think you were. I was attacked too
Where were you attacked?
By statues?
by a shadow. I don't have the marks to prove it, but I also
Like a ghost?
a ghost, you could say.
See, I told you, they're the ones. Were there statues around that they couldn't get into?
I don't believe so. I was on my normal
They're
path to my loft
crafty.
at night, and it did not seem to mind the light, but it did definitely confuse it. Made no sound, only had a shadowy form, and then when it touched me, it reached straight through me.
Ghost.
Hmm.
So me and you,
Hmm.
did you have anything weird happen?
No.
No
Okay.
reports?
Well, no, I had left to come straight here. Because,
Other than ours.
no, I left to come straight here, so I don't know of any other reports. They gave me the day off, so I'm missing out on my normal briefing I would get, Monday morning.
You probably should have waited for that until you came here.
Well, yeah, but when it would get to my turn, I know they would use my report as an example, just like the last time that I said there was well, that's not important.
There was a what?
There was a really big alligator that I could have sworn was doing stuff it shouldn't, and it wasn't an alligator, it was a log. And they bring that up a lot, and it doesn't make me feel good, because I try to do my best.
Who hasn't been fooled? It's okay.
Yeah, well, so,
Like
anyway.
Oliver actively dropped something and
Yeah,
It's like continuously talking. It's
Yeah. So,
playing like an emblem or something.
yeah, maybe that's why I decided to skip out. But my thought, like, I was starting to come to the conclusion, maybe this is because of the crazy magic murder thing that we were trying to, we solved, and maybe demons are after us. But, I mean, I was attacked by statues, and you by a ghost. It's not demons.
Where were you assaulted?
She'll think about it. Where would it have been?
What did it do?
So if the Velvet Room is in
Velvet Room.
She would live by modest means and probably live in
So you
like
could
a
go-
loft of some kind.
You could go north,
Sure.
or you could go over this side. This is
Breezeway.
Slums
over
are over
here.
Okay.
And you were attacked by a ghost.
I
okay.
think a ghost, a shade, maybe.
How does shadow attack?
I don't know.
You don't know.
All right.
How'd you
Never
get
known
away
one
so
to.
easily then? How do you know you were even attacked at all?
Did it hit you? Like,
It did.
It
Well,
did hit
that's-
you?
did it leave a mark?
To help you describe,
Let's say.
damage is necrotic. If that helps you describe.
Okay. Beor,
Skin just falls off.
Beor, I have enough fingers and enough pies to not be here making false claims.
Oh.
I didn't say what you're claiming is false. But in order for us to start anywhere, we must start somewhere.
The cemetery with the
She's like-
statues.
She's like, oh, wait a second.
See clear fluid come out of her ears. Spell Adrian for me real quick.
How to spell it?
Alpha.
A-D-R-A-N.
And
Yes.
then an extra N and then an E.
I don't know what
Adrian!
that's spelling.
That's fun.
What?
Adrian?
Well, you're not saying it like that.
I'm
Adrian!
so then. Well, that's Italian. No.
It's Italian because you're saying
I have to. I'm trying to practice a feminine accent with like a French tint to it. So it's not gonna happen now. It will happen soon.
Dikirodonko.
Don't tease
Sorry,
me.
I said something in Japanese, but I said it with a different accent, so it doesn't sound like Japanese.
Sounds like nonsense.
So,
Dikirodonko.
real quick,
It's one of
John Michael was out today. Every day he gives us a Japanese word and the kanji and the actual, like how you would say it. I tried to look up the Japanese word of the day, and it gave me something that said oppression by supervisor. Legitimately, the first link I looked at, it was like oppression by supervisor. and I was like,
please tell me. No, you didn't post it because I would have seen it and I've been like, yes.
Man.
it was
That would be
awful.
amazing.
Like, I was
Like
like,
topical.
It
I
was-
would have totally.
You
gone
better
with it.
believe I would memorize that shit immediately. You know, John Michael the other day. You definitely recognized something was happening when he walked up behind you while he was in the
Oh.
terrarium and you were talking to us. And he just had a big sign that said "nerd" with an arrow.
Did he fucking really?
Yeah, he just walked up with a big sign and he goes, and we were all like, and he just walked away.
Oh, I wish I was in the terrarium because that would be fucking fantastic to do.
Yeah, no, it was just great because you can't see anybody until they get right up on the glass from mine and Madeline's desk. So then it was just him with the sign.
I feel slightly betrayed. Let's continue.
I don't think that we can investigate my particular case. Just want to make you aware if you start seeing. She'll think.
You don't have any other theories, like in our last case?
The one where you busted the.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I appreciate the sentiment.
It was-
Oliver.
It really bummed me out when it was wrong.
Classic, so close. I would
Oliver, we come to him for help. You don't.
Tell me
have
of
to be
a
rude.
betrayal, and then immediately Oliver hits me in the dick.
Pow! He makes you agree
High five.
to it too before he that's fucked up. Okay.
I suppose
But
we
could
could visit a morgue.
morgue?
A morgue. Wherever we
Oh,
were dead.
the morgue?
The morgue.
I was thinking if it is like targeting us, the people who busted up that weird cult, would it not be prudent to do like our normal weekly check-in that's on Thursdays for Rooney today, and also go check on Russell? Because he can't necessarily like call for help like a normal person.
What do you mean?
I've heard people say help.
Have you heard him talk?
Yeah, it said like ajuda for before.
Okay.
should have
Well, if he's in trouble and he's trying to, I don't know if he knows all the words like to get across like being attacked by statues. I don't think he's probably heard that before.
I can't believe you remember that shit.
It's incredible.
Then
It's a
let's go
samurai.
visit our friend Russell. And then to the morgue.
Okay.
Probably Russell Rooney.
Rooney is under the weather. We don't need to upset him right now.
Well,
Let's
then-
check back next week.
He could be under the dirt for all you know.
Yeah, I mean we probably.
Well, then
Okay,
if
I'm
he's
trying to
dead,
help
who
you
cares?
out.
his brother's still there, right?
With his stout turtle of a
I
brother,
plan this
I
being
heat
multiple
Rooney is
sessions,
fine.
so
Well,
take
no.
your time, do what you want to do.
We can
No. I
check
mean,
in
that's
on
fine. I'm
at
trying.
least the
We can circle back around next week.
the turtle, and you know at least just let me know like, hey,
Y'all know the turtle has left.
Yeah, Kerman has pieced.
He gone. You think he's not gonna get that fucking wild mage out of here as quick as he possibly can?
But it actually is his backstory, but I won't reveal it unless he wants to reveal it.
Well,
about why and stuff. But
Johnny, help us.
if anything,
He is
we
eating his
can
brothers.
at least knock, and as long as there's like a not an undead sound, but a just sick human sound,
I'm sorry. I'm
and then
dead.
then
Feor, take him
It
to
was
go
so
see Rooney.
surprising.
Where is this Russell? Where does he live?
what? But you got attacked by a shadow. Shadows can still be out in the day. Like they,
Then I'll just stay in the daylight.
well, but you
Pretty
said it
endearing.
got you underneath the
Goofy
lamp.
It did. But I got away, didn't I?
There was no
And you got
flare to
away.
it. It was
Well,
just
if you're very
big
concerned
block
about Rooney,
letters.
then I suggest that you go and visit Rooney.
But why would
And he
you want to
walked
go
away.
to a morgue alone? Like that just doesn't make sense. And how are you
Oh.
going to even get into the morgue? They don't just let people in there.
This is about being-
Hold on. We can get in there.
Well, yeah,
With your credentials, you could. Or your credentials. Are no credentials.
he'd be pushing it, getting in there, because why would a beat cop
Oh
go to the
my
I got 8 credentials
goodness
right here.
gracious. Let's go see Waldo.
who's who?
Come.
Where?
More. Russell, Rudy, Waldo. Got everything?
Yeah, I mean, I literally geared up and came straight here.
Thanks.
Cute little spear of buckwood. As he like goes down the stairs.
Oliver.
Dude, this is like the next big case, right?
It is. You're right to come to me.
File the report.
Give me a copy of that.
Yeah, if they haven't made one, I'll make one tonight.
Thank you. How's Nancy?
She's been kind of avoiding me, but then again, Father Voorhill has me doing all sorts of errands. So I'm actually not in the church premises all that much, but I'm a pretty big, like prominent member in like the outside community. You know, spreading the good word.
He'll put his hand on your shoulder. Please never lose that.
Yep. What?
That right there. And he'll make sure Oliver leaves first. He will lock up tightly behind him. Make sure Smoke's out there. He'll tell Smoke, come in Abyssal.
Yeah.
Roll at disadvantage. Anyway.
Nate.
Once again, perception check at disadvantage. Insight. I keep saying perception, sorry.
Insight at
the
disadvantage?
Sonic Frontiers. Gooning.
You're very lucky because there was a natural 20 in there, but an insight is.
We were high as shit and listening to them talk about the act of gooning.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was gonna die. So funny.
What is your...
My animal handling is a +3. I got an 8.
So, he doesn't notice. He's a little keyed up right now.
I get it.
But the dog is always nervous around you. And it's always been
Keyed up
nervous.
means on coke. But
So it's difficult for you to interact.
We're working on it.
Yes.
If I utilize 3 of these, does that mean I just get it? Not forever, but just like I can just level it up once. But all right, we'll head
The
out.
Last of Us?
This is infinitely better than
Okay, so
Wait.
you
shut the fuck up.
Yep,
No,
you're wrong. What are you
you're
talking
great.
about?
No.
Unequivocally.
You're ahead. Russell first.
Resident 4.
What? Yeah.
I'm gonna show you a TikTok.
I didn't
I'm
get
gonna
it.
show you a TikTok.
No. I was trying to say. I'm gonna teach that fucking dog this.
I don't.
Won't change
Slowly
my
but
opinion.
And then that's
I mean,
fair.
As you
but-
interact.
No.
Resident 4
Yeah,
is
no,
you
I-
be natural. You don't have to do anything. But if
Right.
you want to
So remember the
speed up
fight with-
process.
the army guy,
Oh.
Krauser.
I'll be using all of these.
That was actually an actual knife fight because you can like parry and shit.
But yeah, we'll head to Russell first.
Incredible.
So it'll be Adrian and myself. We'll head over to Russell's place. We will actually go to Will Keir's place
Yeah, at this
first.
point.
Yeah, because it'll be like, we need to go here. Like, Russell will be the backup place in case Will Keir's becomes compromised. Bayor understands that because if they would have had to go to Russell, like, the second or third time, it's like, Russell's place is gone. Like, what I mean by that is, that's the backup house now. So he will go to Will Keir's first. He's going to go in and say, I'll be right back. He goes to the stairs, make sure no one's around, and he'll go up the stairs very quickly.
Right.
So,
You know, normally when I come here, like, Russell and I, we got this thing where I just say, present yourself, and...
I'm not gonna make you roll, but we'll just say.
That's very nice.
no.
That's very nice of him.
The
I was
point-
rolling a perception just
Well,
to see if
that's
he recognized he can hear him coming up quicker than he would expect. Because
Oh,
he's
really?
always watching out the window
What?
to see who's coming in.
I'm assuming you're like jumping from railing to railing.
No.
You're
What's
just-
happening is technically you're hearing nothing.
So what you do here is
Wings flap.
What
I rolled a natural 1. I'm hearing nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
No. But you're going to hear at the door. Has anyone ever been as far decided to want to do to look more like?
I mean, he would have been moving across the room, and then you'd hear getting closer. Seemed to break loose, take on you as you would follow. And then the door opens, and Russell's standing there.
Just a little. Don't look up.
No, it's just the door opens, and he's just
Bayor obviously having no reaction.
Eyes like looking off.
Now he's just.
Oh my! Oh no! Cross-eyed. Bayor will look to Russell. We need to go to the morgue and see Waldo. Are you busy?
Does he know who Waldo is?
Where he is.
Is it more?
I guess this is Bayor making a reference.
So, Bayor at this point, if he would technically know if you know who Waldo is, you all probably never been there. So he'll say, the Keeper of the Dead.
I imagine he would. Okay, yeah. He's worked with Wilk here. He's probably aware of Waldo. And where where Waldo is.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So.
And then just be, off in the dark for a second, and
Mhm.
then come back, bow slung over, and he's just.
What time of day is it? It's like 9 a.m., right? 8 a.m.?
Yeah, it's morning.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Less light.
you don't have that
Okay.
beat yet.
What? No. Yeah.
You get morning.
Yeah. No. Oh. Yeah. No. I don't. It's been 98 minutes since.
It's
sunrise.
been. You mean
It's one of the ways you looked at me.
You mean less dark?
You okay? All right. We need to go and see about our acquaintances being attacked. One by stone men, the other by a figment of their imagination, possibly darkness itself. And they're telling you this to try to get you prepped for what to watch for. The stone men only advance when eyes are not on them. But I'm not sure if they have to know the eyes are on them. Meaning, if
I suppose we'll find out.
we will. Then he'll go back down, and you will see just almost a glide.
And he's just pitter patter the whole way down.
He would pause for a second and see if you want to get on.
He wouldn't.
No, I know. So that's what. No.
He would see offense in his little bird face.
Oh, if he was turned around.
Is there a D in front of it?
No, but Bear will get back downstairs. All right, we have to go and find Rooney.
Do we have to involve that kid again?
Oliver would get a smile on his face upon seeing Russell and be like, "Hey, present yourself!"
Present yourself!
Haha, yeah, man! Come on, I'll give you a high five.
Adrian. In Adrian's voice.
Hello?
Yeah, that's Russell. You've met him before.
I have met him before.
It's going to be the same thing every time. So get used to it.
I take it this is his nest.
Get used to it.
Yes.
Wait, I didn't think Gangus had like actual nests.
Nest is a metaphor.
Oh, like just home. Oh, I get it. Yep.
Yep.
I read that an ancient being may call it an idiom, but I'm not sure. They're wise beyond their time. And then we're going to try and find Rooney
Where do you live?
at Rooney's house.
At Rooney's house. What do you do?
Oh my God.
No one answers.
Okay, don't knock again.
Rooney! It's Oliver!
I'm gonna make a perception check if I can to see if any movement is in the house through the windows.
He'll easily
Go for it.
pull himself up on the windowsill and be peering in.
Go for it.
Like a perception check?
Yeah.
And 11.
5.
Russell's got his thieves' tools out at the keyhole, looking to Bayor.
Wait, you can get in there if we can't hear anything or see anything. And do we know normally if they keep traps?
This is a middle neighborhood, so the locks are probably going to be around 15, and the guards are usually got about a response time of 3 minutes.
We got a fucking alarm system?
No, but I mean, if anybody sees it and calls it out, you know.
I mean, Bayor would be standing in front of him.
Also, there is Oliver in guard attire now, kind of turning around and be like, well, if we can get in, let's get in and check on him, because if he's ill and he's unconscious, like, I've got a civic duty to uphold.
I've got a civic duty to uphold, as he's
Oh,
going
no.
to.
Adrian will use the help action. This is Midtown. Locks are sticky to the right.
Go
That means advantage.
Yes.
Hmm?
Yeah, help. Yeah. Oh, wait.
I like that.
Guidance.
Go for it. So a D4.
Oh, it's on.
Spirit in the door jam.
He rolls a 1, 2 ones. He's like, fuck all y'all.
I rolled 2 1s.
Fuck all y'all.
So that would be a.
Watch it still be a 15.
Thieves' Tools is Dex
Plus your proficiency.
plus your proficiency, so that'd be a total of a 10.
Oh, you did you take expertise in Thieves' Tools?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm proficient in them.
Okay, but you can take expertise. Is what I'm asking.
It needs to just double.
Oh, I don't have expertise yet.
No.
Well,
Oh, that's
two
a you're a
ranger.
ranger. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That, yeah. Okay.
No, that's totally fair because I've been rogue.
Yeah, and
What
you,
was your D4?
A
It
2.
was a 2.
Oh, okay.
Adrian will.
God damn it. Double 1.
Can we just have you not call that anymore? Because we're gonna hit it every time.
You fucking. This is your fault.
We're gonna-
They are sticky to the right. I mean,
How do you know that, Adrian?
it's a good question.
Wait.
Maybe a question for another time.
Why is
Roll
there
an
a banana
insight.
on your shirt?
Roll an insight check.
Like Adrian just has the banana shirt. Look gross.
Wait, do you live in Midtown?
There we go.
I do live in Midtown.
Oh, she probably gets her key
12.
stuck in the lock.
My key does get stuck in the lock, and I have to jiggle it. I have to go
You
2 times to the
know
right, 1 time
he
to the
has
left, then it
multiple
goes to the
brothers.
right.
The chance for
okay.
them to come in and out of the house.
Sure.
You deduce that there might be a spare key hidden somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. There might be alternate means of getting in here.
Adrian will look
These
under
are-
the doormat
It's
if
like
there is one.
these are children above the door.
They can't reach.
I think a lot of kids can reach up. Maybe you've seen these children.
It's just your point to Oliver.
Oliver's at the top of the door frame. He's just kind of climbed his way up.
A rock somewhere
Okay, roll
or
an investigation.
under the doormat.
Provide the help action.
Yeah, Oliver's. Look.
21.
Okay. You notice that rock is a very good guess. You notice that there's some dust, not dust, but dirt from
Right, yeah,
the
it's-
garden in front of
yeah,
the house. There's
yeah,
a little bit on the bricks.
There it is.
So
It's not on the roof.
Thank you. Wait.
Yeah, I'm coming down.
We got
Just
it.
jump down.
Yep. Oh no.
Roll a dex save. Roll an acrobatic since you did it on your own free will.
In that one.
21.
You're fine.
Right.
Okay.
Rooney! And he's going to use thaumaturgy to go throughout the house.
No answer.
He's not in here.
Rune! And then it just goes immediately.
It doesn't have quite the but it matches perfectly.
He's not in here. Bayor is going to try to remember if Rooney was potentially investigating a specific place to like this week, like as an emphasis. Like, I'm going to be in this place looking for this.
First thing Oliver thinks of is, are there signs of struggle? And he says it out loud, and he walks in, pulling out his little pad.
Other signs of struggle?
He's going to let him 100% do his detective thing.
You're investigating, so roll to investigate.
Provide the help action.
Provide guidance. This is going to be
Everyone's just like, we'll follow each other's lead. Let's go.
100%.
That's a nat 1, so I'm going to re-roll this one.
Oh, it doesn't work on him. Damn.
Okay, so we'll go with the 11 plus
You piece of
3.
shit.
Follow your instincts, Oliver.
So that would be a 14
No signs
or
of struggle.
a 13.
No signs of struggle. I mean, his room's a little messy, but.
He's a literal child.
Yep, and he just writes down, does not keep a neat house. Good to know in case struggle.
Okay, if he's not here, we'll try to circle back around for him, make sure he's safe. But we need to go and find Waldo.
Who's... That name's kind of familiar.
That's the medical examiner. That's the morgue.
Oh, that's why
Waldo Butters. And he's going to tell you small... Why did I say wifey having?
Fucking I know.
That's my autocorrect on here.
He's a smaller, wiry guy with
Wiry halfling is what
halfling. Yes.
Yes, it's a wiry halfling.
Wife having.
Yeah.
And y'all said I was having a stroke earlier.
Oh, man.
No, it's halfling.
Russell's like, I don't know if I can repeat that one. Like that's...
Russell has a stroke.
Why do I say wifey wife having?
So, a small, wiry halfling. Oliver, you will get along with him just fine. Waldo Butters. Medical knowledge and even a little bit of magic to boot, which he might be able to help us with the mysterious mystery of shadows attacking folks.
Well, I mean, we know it's ghosts inhabiting statues. And there just weren't any
Very
statues. Well, I say no. That's as good as I can get because statues just don't.
If I had not smoked my pipe already, Mayor's gonna light a match off with Oliver's head. Perfect, Oliver. Your deduction is priceless. When he's like, it's the ghost inhabiting the statues, like,
Just wait for me to unmask the bad guy.
oh my.
We're
Would have got away with you
We're the
too.
Scooby-Doo crew.
Yeah, if it wasn't for you meddling half.
It wasn't for you meddling literal children and this old man.
Oh, man.
He's Scooby-Doo, and the rest of y'all are.
Oh my goodness! Like Adrian's be Shaggy. Like that's only 1% of my power, man. Okay, we're gonna check. This is where I'm gonna burrow, or see if some of the magical stuff's in here from Kerman or any of the other brothers.
Okay, so for
Can I-
identification
No,
to
no.
what?
Can I do a detect magic?
Oh, yeah.
I'll ritual cast this.
Wait, I thought we had to go quick to get back to Waldo.
Yep.
He does this sometimes when he's on the case. He like concentrates real hard and he can see stuff.
Russell's going to attempt to mimic at least the movements and the sounds.
Okay. What does your ritual look like? Do you use... I don't know, detect magic. Okay.
Kagebushi no jutsu.
So
No,
detect magic is
this-
verbal and somatic.
Yes, is when
It's
he
the,
would 100% go. I'm gonna go through the motions. I don't have a good light right now, but you go for now. That's what it is, and he's mumbling under his breath in infernal, and so his eyes, with a little bit of thaumaturgy, glow a red color. Actually, almost like a pink. You know how I had the lantern right there?
Mm-hmm.
It's that pinkish color. And so it shows, and then like a different eye kind of forms in my eyes. And it goes, and I'm like, almost like the smoke is revealing things. that makes sense.
Russell was standing nearby and pantomiming it and muttering the noises.
You can do it too.
You don't see anything.
He's gonna go upstairs
Do you see it?
since the center follows on him and
Yeah, you searched the whole house.
okay, gotcha. Okay, if that's the case, he goes, and then the flame goes out in the.
Hold on. Actually, you know what? One of the rooms will most likely have an abjuration spell around it.
Around it.
Mm-hmm.
Abjuration is like shielding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can
Pretty sure it's abjuration. I'm gonna check.
Oliver? Can I see your spear?
I'm holding it. Do you need
Poke
me
that
to-
door.
Why shouldn't I just knock on it?
Because I don't know what it is. Boop.
Short sword.
Okay. We have a sword poking it.
Oliver didn't know we were at for once.
Hold on, I'm pulling up the.
You're good. And actually, that would probably more of a you'd hear the nice. But I have to go with lighter because a Zippo does not light a pipe well.
I'm just like him mimicking that specific noise.
Okay.
That's a fun thing.
You bitch!
You'll know you'll have to by the aura you see, you're gonna have to open the door to cross that threshold.
All right, Bayer will open it then. He's not gonna hit anybody else.
You hear like a tiny bell
Mhm.
ring,
Yeah.
and it starts to go louder and louder and louder, and it's almost as loud as a fire alarm,
Mhm.
but a bell is ringing.
Right, he's gonna get in and close the door behind him.
You hear it goes off no matter what you do for 10 seconds and stops.
Okay.
Russell scrambles to the top of the stairs and has his bow drawn at the front door.
Oliver's just walking down to the front door and is like, "Smoke, sit!" And he's just standing at the front, just ready for when the guard comes.
Why did we come to find Rooney again?
He's gonna do an investigation inside of the room.
You can see it.
Oh, you want
Bayer is looking for any
with the detect magic
Well, he
after
was
that,
sick last I saw
whatever
him.
that was ends. No.
And
Well, he's looking now for any sort of like
You
We're
see,
being attacked.
not valuables, but
figured
like,
it was a good idea to check
I
out.
mean, roll investigation for me.
can I guide myself? It's cocked.
Yeah, if it's cocked.
If we were being attacked, if Bayor wasn't attacked, and you and I were attacked,
That was
Bayor, I assume, was at home,
23.
Okay.
and he was in his
You
nest.
see,
We were attacked because we were in
roll me an arcane.
If Rooney was sick,
Can I
he
guide
was
myself
here.
for that?
Well, he's not here now. Huh. Obviously, you're not a detective.
You see powder residuals and just like
You're right. I'm not.
residuals of
Neither am I.
like
Neither
spell
am I.
components, but it's been packed up and cleaned.
Okay, yeah,
But it's just leftovers.
that's fine. Yeah,
but
so
there's nothing like magical.
Yeah, I
like
got you,
getting
I
off
got
in
you.
order.
That's fine. So he'll peace out. He knows there's something in here.
Okay.
Okay. He'll come out. Yeah, we'll have to catch up with Rooney.
You know where he's at?
No, but I'm pretty sure we'll be able to find him in a little while.
So, to Waldo.
Yep.
Okay. You've got the key, so make sure to lock up. Otherwise, I'm going to probably get roped into a
No,
report because of
I'll-
the alarm that went off.
I'll lock up.
Okay, cool.
Everyone ready? Out the door. Lock up. Put on the rock.
Oliver,
Make it be like it was before.
Oliver tears off a note that he's wrote for when the town's guard eventually shows up. He jams it into the door, between the door frame and the door itself. And effectively says Oliver Kithkin, investigating and following up on Rooney, who was ill, was not home, used spare key to gain entry, triggered alarm.
Okay. You go to.
Well, the morgue.
Okay.
Or the medical examiner's office. I don't know if that's necessarily a morgue or not.
So that is in a building right here, next to the guard station, but like across the bridge.
Mhm.
Count it. He'll go in. Bayor will be going first. Hop, go in. He's been here before. They know him there.
Mhm.
They know who he is.
You have a connection with Waldo.
Yeah, they're gonna see if he is currently doing something,
Okay.
like examining something.
First thing you'll notice, it's busier than normal.
Okay.
Okay. People are moving around. People are kind of hustled. People you recognize from the night shift are looking into the morning shift.
Mm-hmm.
It's a busy moment right now.
He's gonna get with one of his regulars, someone he would know. He'll offer them a Danish.
Okay.
Something
You'll
that they would have picked
actually see Murphy and Carmichael.
up. Murphy?
Mm-hmm.
And Percy.
You mean Decker and Carmichael?
Yeah, Decker. Sorry.
If
I was
you
gonna say,
said
just open up
Murphy,
the
we
door.
were. Oh no.
No.
Those are detectives throughout the ages.
Fuck no.
And you also see a
Percy
small
casually
gnome.
setting everything on fire.
Oh no. Okay.
You're
All right.
harp.
They'll go
Spinning
and talk to
Percy.
Decker, and Carmichael.
And you, out of the corner of your eyes, you pass the examiner room.
Mm-hmm.
You do see Waldo moving around.
Yep.
He looks like he's standing over a body right now.
Mm-hmm.
He has a U-leaf out, and he's holding it over the head, and he's just chanting something.
Right.
But you approach them. Carmichael looks at you, rolls his eyes, and says, "You hired him for this?"
No, I'm here actually on my own accord. It looks like we have had several incidents, which is abundantly clear here. He waits for the piano to stop.
Oliver takes his hands off the keyboard. Sorry.
That would be amazing. They just have somebody in there just playing, and I'm like, oh, what do you know?
You hired him for this? And she just rolls her eyes and looks at him and says, "Shut up, Carmichael." Not much. Reports, people dying, heart attacks, mauled. There's several reports of missing people.
Mauled by what?
All kinds of things. Some look like claws, some look like they've been bitten. Just all kinds of different shapes. It doesn't even look like it's actual, teeth. The shapes aren't right, according to the examiners.
According to the examiners, huh?
Did the rest of us gain entry to the morgue?
We'll say after a song and dance, yes.
Okay.
Y'all all went in together.
Mm-hmm.
Someone hired you for this?
No, I'm not being hired actually right now.
Oh, he's doing pro bono. You hear Carmichael snipe.
Just shut up, Carmichael. In Decker's voice.
He looks at you and goes, "You fucking kidding me?"
No, he's not fucking kidding you, Carmichael. And you had better watch what you say from now until you perish.
Are you threatening a detective?
Not in the
That's
slightest.
Carmichael saying that.
No, I know.
There's numbers between.
I'm gonna actually go do my job. Y'all have fun.
Really appreciate your efforts. Are you threatening a private investigator?
Here's the catch. I can. And he walks off.
Watch out for that trigger finger.
So anyway.
So that was awkward.
No, nothing is ever awkward with Carmichael. That's what you have to understand going forward.
Oh, is that your guys' normal banter?
It is, yes.
I haven't been able to keep up with.
That's okay. We are actually very good
to go
friends.
kill himself and rot.
What?
I said, you tell him to go kill himself and rot.
Decker is.
When did I do
is
that?
just sitting here
So,
That's what the tone was.
is it normally supposed to be this busy? Like, okay.
It's a morgue. We hope it's never this busy.
Well, that's the
And this
hope,
is
but
the lady Decker talking.
Where did you find the bodies that had been mauled?
All over town. We've just been getting calls. We're all running. The night shift's running late.
Cemeteries?
when you say all over town,
Literally all over town.
but it has to. Where was the first one found?
We haven't
Is it
established a
statuary?
timeline yet.
Does
Just
Waldo
because
know?
we found the first body doesn't mean that's the first body.
That's true, but you'll be able to understand that better once Waldo examines them.
She'll give you a neighborhood around here.
Okay. Do you have guards watching this place with you?
Is
Watching
that where you're
here.
attacked?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it has security. It's not technically police guards or anything.
I don't technically know where the graveyard cemetery area where I was jogging is, but
Have you had
We'll say
any-
this is the church.
I thought
Well, that
Wait.
big area is the wide.
Wait, go ahead. Did I establish where the church was before?
for some reason I thought it was up here.
I
somewhere.
actually think you're right. No, you're right. It was this corner right here. I remember that.
Oh, that's the church.
So there's the high hall.
Oh, okay. I was getting.
Mm, yeah.
Then there's the ladies' hall.
Okay,
The high, yeah.
got
And
it.
they said
There's
that
a high
that's the
house
neighborhood.
and then the high hall.
Yeah, the neighborhood is down there, right?
I had to
Sanctuaries.
name a lot of shit.
I know.
I was running
I'm
out of
just-
ideas.
It's me.
Is there a sanctuary near the church?
There is a cemetery, a small one near the church.
I don't think a statue's smart enough to wipe blood off its fangs. Then we can check that next.
Yes, but we all know that dew comes in the morning.
Why are we investigating statues?
Because our friend here
Did
was
they not-
attacked by them.
Distribute my report.
It's been a very busy night and morning.
Well, I did file a report last night. I was attacked by a statue.
We've got 12
Statue.
missing persons, 10 bodies. In
Who
one
are the
night.
missing persons? Is there any connection between them all?
Well, they're missing.
No, not that we can tell.
Can I look at them?
Well, they're missing,
Well,
so.
Right now, we don't know what's going on, so
Adrian just like shakes her hair. She's just like, come on, man.
I'm gonna go.
I'll tell you what.
Is there? I'm assuming there's a map pulled out.
Well, here's the what she was about to say is the office hasn't established what's going on, so we're not hiring outside help at the moment. So, but when he gets back, we'll finish that because she's talking to him.
And that's standard protocol.
How many people, may I ask, how many people were mauled? And how many people died under suspicious circumstances, i.e., heart attack?
Technically, no. If
Say I'm a concerned private citizen.
nope,
I don't know.
that's the
She will
correct
try to
answer.
bribe them. I don't know if it's a deception or what. Or a performance.
Okay, I don't think. That is going to matter.
I believe that's just called a felony.
I'll tell you what. Make a persuasion. So what she
Adrian's
was
breaking the law.
what she was telling you is that with them not knowing exactly what they're dealing with, to know what type of investigation it is, they're not hiring outside help.
I get that.
But she was also going to tell you if you have a lead and you give us something, I'll hire you and move this
Right.
along.
All right.
I got a 12.
Can I see them doing this?
Yeah, so she's attempting to bribe her.
Can I insider investigate this or perceive this?
Yeah, I mean, with your passive 17, it's obvious when she gets that look and she's reaching for her pocket, where you know where she keeps her money, that she is about to try to do her thing.
Grease the wheels. Don't give me that.
You
look.
also
can
know
invest-
how this is going to go.
You can
I know.
investigate me later. It's fine. And if my money is no good here, that's fine. But these are suspicious deaths under
Do you know
suspicious
her?
circumstances.
I do.
Yeah, she works at the Velvet Room.
Thank you.
You're all very bad at this.
What we call necessary evil.
Okay, tell you what.
I
really
it's a
don't
kind of
feel
nice
like,
establishment, but
I don't feel like pissing off Bianca today. It's been a hell of a day. You bribe me again, you're going to be face first in the ground being arrested.
wait, you were bribing her.
He was.
Anyway, you came here for a reason?
Decker, that's illegal.
Disappearance pattern?
Bodies are still coming in, literally from all over the city. She'll give you, just because this will be common knowledge, couple here, even up here, some on the outskirts. Like literally, it's everywhere.
And I imagine nothing like specifically connects to Russell, or it just sounds like it's just disappearances.
Just disappearances. You know.
I think he just hit it a little bit and he surprised himself.
Bodies, some inside the houses, some walking, some just wherever. Most of them, no, I'm going to say all of them
Are dead.
were found later. Okay, like it's not like people were together and someone just fell over. People stumbled upon them. They were isolated. In the house.
Because those like seems like single people disappeared and then were found mutilated,
Or not
Later.
found at all.
or not found at all.
Or, like I said, some of them just found
heart attacks.
dead. You can't tell what's going on. Like they're just cold dead, eyes wide type situation. But that's all I can really talk about. That's what you're gonna hear. Why are you here?
Oliver was attacked, and so was our velvet friend. And
Yeah,
we need
not
to
big.
try to see if there is any connection between all of these attacks. Because just like you said, there are missing persons which we cannot see, but there also may be something remains to be seen.
Well, there's a line at the precinct of people wanting to give statements about shit they've seen. I'm not gonna write anything down, but what do you got?
I was jogging outside the cemetery by the church. Statues attacked me. They only moved at me when I was moving. I got away. I filed an official report when I got back to the barracks. I asked to go back out, but they said I was probably hallucinating because I've been running a lot of hours and needed to sleep.
Show nod. You?
Shadow. Didn't seem to mind the light, but Shadow reached its hand straight through me. And it felt like I hadn't slept in 2 weeks directly after.
And there was the pale thing 4 months ago and the cult that we stopped.
She gives you a really evil look when you say that. Like you brought up something that. Well, actually, roll an insight if anybody wants to try to interpret that.
Don't
You know what it is.
I'm gonna guide myself. I'm just gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna solve it just like nat 20 plus a 4 on my guidance.
No.
So I'm like,
You're a private investigator. Your job is to bring the information to her. so
yeah, and then she
can make the
does it.
arrest.
Yeah.
And you went and fucking, as a citizen,
And we did it. Yeah.
murked 3 people and arrested one. And she had to do a lot of song and dance to save your ass. And she's still pissed.
Russell's sitting there just
You're a loose cannon, Cody.
It's for Cody.
Y'all near the tail end of that.
damn it,
But if
Dutch.
people mention it, it's still fresh. She's moved on, but it still stings a little
You have
bit.
any kind of shit I'm in with the DA?
Yeah, let's hope there's no vigilante this time. And if y'all find something, you bring it to me.
Wait, but
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
It's
Okay. Well, I've got to get back to work. We have a mutual friend.
Well, I've got to get back to work.
He's a lot less strict on what he can and cannot tell. Why don't you go visit him?
Thanks. Waldo, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she's gonna go find Carmichael and slap him in the back of the head. Alright. What do you want to do?
We gotta talk to Carmichael. Nope.
Waldo.
Waldo. I'm looking at Ryan.
Waldo.
I'm like,
Really,
and I'm
she
like,
really just told us to talk to Waldo. As you're like, talk to Carmichael.
Do it, strangling.
no,
Technically, she left it vague on purpose and you wouldn't know that. But
She's a sassy bitch. Leave me alone.
Mayor's gonna soul read her.
What does that do?
Not
I don't know, Isaac. What does it do?
do you maintain eye contact with him?
Still, yeah. She
And he
like,
shits his Bayor straight fucking deuces.
it's like remember in JonTron where they're playing. I don't know if it's Sonic R or something, but it's at the point where the people just start screaming,
I know.
and it's just, yeah. So Adrian, like, it's like that in her head for like a brief second, and then she like breaks the gaze and looks away.
So he's not like reading your thoughts. If you maintain eye contact, I want you to kind of, in a way, describe your character and motivation, but you're going to describe it either as a picture or a song or a place or an event that defines you, something like that that kind of gives him insight to who you are, what you're doing, and why you do it. Does that make sense?
There'd be darkness and spider webs, and darkness and spider webs and like fine jewelry.
Okay.
But very, very like underdark, kind of like levels of darkness. Same thing with the spider webs, and then like royal wear and attire.
So what insights do you think he would gain? They don't have to be, you don't have to bare your soul, but what kind of insights does he get from that movie? From that?
Potentially, like, that's where she's come from, or she has experienced a place that is very dark. And would there be dark elves in this timeline?
Like drow.
Yeah.
He would assume that she had been a slave at some point.
She's come from nothing. She almost prefers the darkness, but she's chasing after wealth, riches. Would that be inaccurate?
She came from riches and then went to nothing.
Okay.
And then now is looking to get back, like, out of it.
I gotta fly free from the spider web.
What does she see?
From
Mm-hmm.
She'll see that several attempts are a waste, and that judgment will come, and it will come in the worst way, because it'll be in the realization that the reason they became nothing is because they are nothing.
So he's like projecting that to her.
What's happening is this. Whenever someone looks into the demon, normally it's going to come from a place of their deepest fears or their deepest insecurities. So it's reflected back in a way that is, I am nothing because I am nothing. It's not as though the world happened and they're a victim of it. It's because of themselves.
She'll like break the gaze and like wag her finger at you. That's personal.
Naughty, naughty.
Do it again without asking. I'll kill you in your sleep.
Don't.
So where's this Waldo?
No, point to the medical examiner's room.
You walk in. Alright. As you walk in, you see the yew leaf crumble to dust.
What is that? What's the word you're saying?
Yew.
You
Y-E-W.
Yew leaf?
You leave.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Well, yes. Y-E-W-L-E-A-F.
Okay, a yew leaf.
Leaf from yew tree.
What is that?
It's a type of tree. Y-E-W. It is like a tree, like a birch.
Oh, okay.
You see him sigh. You see him make some notes. He looks up and sees you. When you first walk in, you look over. You see some normal stuff. An untidy desk. You also see behind that desk an accordion and one of those backpack bagpipes and a drum that you can push a foot on to make a sound.
He's Dick Van Dyke. I get it.
He's he likes polka music.
So, no, sorry, he's John Candy. He's not.
He performs polka music. For y'all that haven't seen him, halfling. Like I said, wiry, very thin, round glasses, spiky hair that's been dyed kind of blondish. He looks up at you, said, "Figured I'd seeing you."
Why is that?
Oi, look around.
Yeah. Look around, indeed.
You get hired for this?
No, I'm doing this.
We were attacked. At least we were attacked.
Well, at least you didn't turn out like these schmucks.
Not yet.
So,
These two were attacked. Can you tell me if their wounds were anything like what you've seen so far?
Or perhaps stone in the wounds.
there are stone in some of the wounds. Some of them don't even have wounds. I just tried to check. This one just dropped dead. I just
Died of
checked.
fright, maybe?
Possibly. I'll have to cut him open to find out, but the detect poison that I just passed didn't detect poison or anything.
I was attacked by a
Disease.
statue.
Can I start doing detect magic in here?
I'll have to cut them open to find out.
I'm gonna start doing that.
He is gonna recognize. He's like done that. There's no magic except for the normal magic that protects this place.
Hmm.
It takes a professional hand, and not that type of professional.
What about professional feathers?
Professional feathers? Well, I'm sure he can use that to kill things, but it has to be precise to open them up.
Is he gonna get any deader?
No, but he's evidence.
Yeah, it could.
It has to be precise to open them up.
It could break the integrity of.
No, he's not breaking
And
eyes.
just so you know, I'm terrible at it. Jewish accent. Like Yiddish.
It has to be
Oi,
precise.
I have to be
persuasive. I don't think
Hang
I'm
on,
gonna be
hang
doing
on,
fucking
hang on.
shitty.
Can we
I can
roll
only
initiative?
do Jewish women, but my daughter and Bolka.
My daughter
She loves doctors.
It's gotta be
Listen,
precise
listen.
to open them up.
It's gotta be precise to open them. Here.
Yeah. Anything else? Because we're swamped. I've been working 12 hours now.
When was the first time of death?
Well, I thought it was a couple hours after sundown, but some more bodies came in, and let's just put it this way. Nothing earlier than sundown, but more bodies keep coming in. So,
Nothing as bad as like the from 4 months ago, right?
no, nothing that crazy.
Okay. Well, that's good. So it means it may not be a cult.
What's the first? Sorry, what was the closest victim to the center of the city, and what was the furthest that we're aware of?
There's some on the outskirts.
Right. Are those deaths earlier or later than the earliest victims?
They could have all also been at the same time, just discovered at a different time.
Some of the attacks were simultaneous across town. Some of them look like they died hours later. We haven't discerned the pattern yet.
Got it.
Well, I can rule out revenge at least, because it seems indiscriminate. So you don't have to worry about your cult theory.
Well, unless this is a really unique way to cover it up.
It's too messy.
Did you see the last mess they made?
This is messy. You're
Can
too
Bayor
many
get a
more
list
dead
of the
bodies. Too many
victims?
questions.
You're asking a lot.
I don't know.
What are we asking?
For a list of the victims. The only way we solve this is going to be through a pattern.
Considering
right?
his
So we gotta
ability
find it.
to, can Russell at least track the rough status of each victim, like wealth wise?
Oh, wealth? Okay. The only reason I say that, make an investigation, because there might be some clues, but you gotta keep in mind this is most of these people are naked and under sheets. So
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to establish like how easy is this
Do they
mark
have
when they're
a
dead and
gilded toe
naked.
tag,
Yeah.
or is it on all?
Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
15.
15. You can identify some of these are harder workers because of, they got calluses on their hands. Some of them don't. That doesn't necessarily give you too much, right?
Yeah, not enough to
that-
establish any kind of pattern or
Yeah,
would
but-
any
commonality or anything.
would any of these people be?
And you're gonna have to make a persuasion check to get that. Like he'll communicate, but that
That's fine.
putting like on paper is.
Would any of these people be someone that you would recognize from the Velvet Room?
You know what? Roll me a history check.
As they're messing around in the morgue, Oliver's gonna with smoke.
16.
I'm gonna catch some air, and he'll head outside the morgue. Outside the
Your
building.
closest, with all your successes, your closest competitor is it him? One of the goers.
Persuasion's a 24.
24.
I got it myself.
Okay. All right.
She will notice the closest competitor, but she will keep that information to herself.
Would Bayor know that that's the closest competitor based on how much they've been around?
Yeah, you'll have to roll. I'm gonna
Perfect.
roll a history check too.
History?
Mm-hmm. Your DC is gonna be higher because she actually works there and
No, I
sees
get it.
them all the time.
17.
Okay. You don't recognize it.
Yeah.
Alright. You just can't tell anybody. Not even Decker.
I don't plan to.
If you find something out,
I'll tell you first.
Well, I don't really care. It's not my job. I just
If
need
you present them
I
with
need
the
you to
evidence.
make it up.
No,
You
if
can
you
say
present them with the
you can say
evidence.
that it paid you off. It's fine.
Yeah, that's how I get fired.
I can bring you a pattern. You can tell Decker you found this pattern based on the people you've
We'll
seen.
discuss it. If it makes sense,
Sure.
not. But you can come up with a good reason how you know it.
I know.
He spends a few minutes writing down what he does know.
Mhm.
I'm not going to give you a list of like.
No,
45
I
names.
understand. No, the point would be
No,
is
you don't need to give a list. You just need to start saying them right now so you can type.
perfect. So the point, of course, of this is there a pattern? And if there is one, cool, we'll try and find it. Because pattern is how we're going to say, this is where these victims are. Were they targeted? Were they random or haphazard? Or were they possibly random or haphazard on purpose, right? To see if someone's trying to kill a couple of people within a group of 20 and then just kind of show them what's going on.
You might have been in the restroom, but most of these people, no, I would say all of these people were found later. So you got the gist that they were isolated when they were attacked.
Mm-hmm.
So some inside the house, some walking. You have names. Some of the names have basic details about them. Some of them names are blank. You're assuming they're still trying to figure it out. Some don't even have names because they don't know who it is.
Gotcha.
I would say probably about 30% of them don't because they were just brought in this morning and they're trying to find people.
Okay.
The ones that do have names is probably families coming to visit, found dead body, or
Right.
Neighbors, that whatever. So.
Okay.
All right. How would you try to form to see if there's a pattern?
First of all, it would be names. It would be status. It would be location. It would be occupation. It would be male, female. It would be age. Anything that would link them all together. It would be faith, right? It could be something as simple as occupation. Anything that would literally be one, like 5 or more people are linked together, that's what they would go for.
41% of them are women.
Mm-hmm.
57% of the names on that list have names. Well, yeah, I'll say that. 26% of them have occupations listed beside them. 11% have like conclusive times of death. Outside of that, you can establish that as of right now, with the times of deaths that have been established, 4 hours of the night, these attacks happened.
And then, what time did the attacks happen?
Well, y'all know, because it happened right after sundown, that was the earliest.
Mm-hmm.
At least for y'all, and y'all survived it. And then 4 hours after that. But, like I said, there's still several bodies. They're going, they're checking, they're casting spells, and they can only cast so many spells a day, and then they're having to just do normal stuff. So, like, it's going to take time to get a lot of this information.
I wonder how many more survived.
Yeah, we gotta start looking for the survivors.
Well, y'all do remember Decker said there's lines at the precinct.
Yeah, of people who are trying to share the story.
Yeah.
So we'll head to the precinct.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Now would be a good time to wrap up. It's 10:51. So we'll pick back up at the precinct and we'll go from there. But good job. Appreciate it.
We didn't die.
Didn't die.
Which is good because I'm like, that was a lot of fucking statues.
I'll have to figure out my. Have you used the Bog speakers?
Mm-hmm.
Since
since in a minute, hold on.
they didn't want to stop, but
You're good.
I would kept trying to connect and it would just pause this music and then I'd
Gotcha.
have to reset YouTube to play again.
Gotcha.
So, some dumb kid ruined The Walking Dead for me by making something very similar to that. But ever since I saw that, it just made me chuckle. But
That's pretty funny. Yeah, they get behind me.
yeah, they get behind me.
I did pick up part 1 because they had it on sale, so I'm gonna play through it.
Nice.